Welcome, Internet, to the Play Some Video Games podcast. It's your boy, Dat Ninja Dev, and I'm joined, as always, by my main man, Donnie Eat the Hype Reese.
Oos.
And Delvin, happy Pride Month, Cox. How are we doing today, gentlemen?
Doing good. Doing really good. Wearing my Xbox shirt.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
So that'll make some people happy.
What
I have multiple
Xbox,
shirts.
man?
I am all about all video games except PC. PC can go to hell.
I thought Xbox
Wow.
and everything Xbox was dead, or like everything Microsoft. Is it back?
No, this month is PlayStation. Next month
it was
is
premature.
Xbox.
Premature. Got it.
It switches every
That
month.
other voice you hear fresh out of a Cadillac on Mars is the California podcast legend himself, Chaufie. What's
Hey,
up, bro?
what's good?
Looking like he's fresh out of goddamn Del Taco.
Yeah,
Wow.
It really does.
This is gonna be the first one with the racist thing, and it's fucking Delvin. Why do we gotta do? Why do we gotta do brown on black
Yes.
crime right here? Why? Why Delvin?
showing
Why?
all his tats and stuff. Like he's hanging out with La Razas and stuff in the corner.
Fresh out the joint.
Hey, let me just say, my son and I did spend the last couple of evenings rewatching Scarface, so I'm just feel a little bit spicy right now.
Another kid
Looking like Holmes from Training Day. You ever had your shit pushed in, Holmes?
Listen,
I
man,
love
every
getting
shit
my
on my
shit
knife.
pushed in by the homies.
Hey, it's only fucking blood in, blood out.
Oh my god.
Oh my! Wow. Well,
So
that ain't a way to start a show. I don't know what is.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well,
Well,
perfect.
we're here. Another podcast. Let's just jump right into what
I'm
you've been
excited.
playing because, man, if you were around our Discord today, it was something special. It was something special. Donnie has notes.
Dying for
So
it.
Donnie, regale us of your tales of what you've been playing.
Oh, you want me to go first? You guys want to talk
Yes.
turtles real quick?
No, I want to get this shit out.
You want to get over with. Like you're scared. I'd like the record to show I didn't say anything in
No.
Discord
You-
at all. I didn't say one word. Just nothing. Just a stream of gifts.
I'm gonna put my
Look,
money
man,
on
you
Donnie's
hit
gonna
me.
be the most neutral, most reserved. He's gonna okey doke us right now.
I've got notes.
It's possible.
I got
but
real notes.
He put the fuck your couch gif in, so I'm worried.
Great gift. Great gift.
All
Yeah.
right, Dev. Well, I will go first, but we're gonna make you wait. Let's talk about Diablo Immortal. That
Let's not.
I meant to talk about it a week ago, and we never got to it. And yeah, there's not much to say except it was incredibly busted when I tried to play it on PC. It was broke as all hell, and it I did try to check it out again about 2 days ago. Still completely unplayable with controller, at least on my PC. Plugged in, not plugged in. Tried different controllers. Certain things on the controller work, certain things don't. It's like a combination of controller and mouse. Just to even start the game, when the game starts, I can't do it. I just uninstalled it. I was like, I'll
Did you
see
blow
you
the
later down the
cartridge?
road. I'll see you down the road, Diablo Immortal. Blow the cartridge.
Just
Yeah, it's kind of a mess. So I was like, well, let's wait for them to get it out of beta.
or just skip it all together and just wait for Diablo 4.
Yeah, that might be.
Yeah,
That might.
I was gonna
yeah.
say that.
I mean, based off the news going around, people spending $18,000 and shit in the game. Like, yeah, maybe just wait for Diablo 4. It's probably gonna
What?
come to game. It's gonna come to. Yeah, have you ever heard that?
No.
People spending 15,
Yeah.
18 G's out here on Diablo Immortal trying to get like rare loot that they don't get. Apparently, that
Like
you can.
the mobile one that just came out.
Yes, apparently the
Mhm.
headline is that you can spend $15,000 and still not get the rare armor or whatever that people are trying to get.
Good lord.
It's horse
Yeah.
armor
So-
circa 2022. The shit all over again.
It's
just-
real bad.
It's real bad. Yeah.
People have lost
Somebody
their damn mind.
spent
Yeah.
that much money and then deleted the item when they finally got it.
Yeah, they just destroyed it
Just
in
stupid.
protest.
Wow.
They got people
That's
out
a
here
dumbass
buying
protest.
Donnie's cars in Diablo Immortal.
Yeah.
Sean Capri, you did not miss it. You did not miss it. I have been waiting for this show all week long. You guys have no idea the great pains that I've been going through holding this in, ready to
Oh, I
unleash
have.
it into the world. Summer Games Fest, E3 came by. We got Steam Next Fest, right? There's demos flying everywhere. You can buy demos on Xbox. So I wanted to run you through the demos that I've played. Play Cult of Lamb, Talked about it briefly. It's fucking awesome. I really want to buy the hoodie. $60. It's a lot for a hoodie for me, but I think I'm still gonna pop for it because I really dig that game. I really dig
Buy
that game.
hoodie.
That's your going price for like a printed hoodie, anyways. Like,
it's sewn. It's not printed.
oh shit. Okay,
Ooh,
then for 60
no,
bucks,
it's
$60.
no,
That's normally
if you're saying
100.
it's sewn in.
Yeah,
That's
it's sewn in. It's embroidered, like my PSVG hoodie. So it's legit quality.
Oh, that's worth it.
So I think I'm gonna.
It's a steal.
I love the game. I cannot wait to get it. I cannot wait to play it. A game that I didn't like as much is Midnight Fight Express. That was the game that was shown at Summer Games Fest. It's kind of like this Hotline Miami thing, but it's more 3D, more realistic, not as cartoony, not nearly as cool. Like the vibe is just not nearly as good. A little clunky, not bad, but clunky. Like kind of like an indie game.
Mhm.
Like not in the Hotline Miami indie game kind of way. Kind of like the dude made this probably at home like indie game kind of way. So it's okay. I'm not. If that game came out like next month, I wouldn't buy it. I think I got my fill from the demo. So what I'm hoping for is a game like that shows up at another event down the road and it shows me how much better it's gotten. Then I might give it another chance. Agent 64 is a GoldenEye 007 like kind of spiritual sequel that's floating around on Steam, and it's fucking dope. I mean, it is spot on. It nails it. So anybody out there, go out there and play that game. I downloaded the Cub, which is from the Golf Club Wasteland folks. I haven't got a chance to play it yet. And I did run through the campaign of Modern Warfare 2019 this past week. So I am all set, ready to go. Modern Warfare 2, I'm through the roof, excited for it. Game is real good, Dev. Like even, and we said it at the time, replaying, and I was like, man, it's real good. It's real good. I can't wait.
Yeah,
I'm
it's a good like
excited.
reboot of that series that's like not garbage
excellent.
or trying to reach back to what it was. It's like, oh, they did a good job of like just kicking it in a new gear.
You're hopping around the globe, fighting all these terror, like that London scene. Like it hit different. This thing, I was like, man, this is so good because you have so much kind of autonomy, even in a closed corridor shooter, to explore and go around. And that game nails like obviously the risk, but I don't know the right way to describe it. Just that death is like around every corner.
Yeah.
There's so many times in that game where I'm shooting something and I just get shot from somebody behind me or behind a car and I never even saw. And it does such a good job of making it hard to see who you're trying to shoot. There are all kinds of innocent bystanders. Like it really makes you like, man, this shit's difficult.
It raises the stress level.
It does.
You're stressed out as you're playing, but in a way that's like you said, like who's shooting me, who's attacking me, like it's putting you in the moment.
Let me find this cover. Like, what is where y'all at?
Exactly.
When you're in cover, it's still getting hit. You're like
fog of war stuff. Yeah, and you just think about these people that really do this. You're like, it's dangerous.
Yeah. No, thank you, friend.
Whereas old Call of Duty's made you feel like damn superhero. You just start running down the hallway at people. They're not this game. Yeah, like
just shoot forward.
You remember the home invasion chapter in Modern Warfare?
That mess.
There's a dude that shoots you through the door. Yeah. Like you start scaling, you start going up row by row, and you keep opening the doors, and you get to one door, and shotgun just comes right through it.
Yeah,
it's like, oh shit.
I played it on hard, and I was just like, that level took me a good while to get through.
It's good, man. I can't wait for Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
You're a real one.
The last demo.
It's hard on regular.
True. Yeah. The last demo I played before we get into the main course, if you will, is Angerfoot, which we saw at the Devolver show. And it's great. It is exactly what it looks like. It is this cartoony slime neon soaked thing where you go around and kick the shit out of these frog alligator people in the face. And oh man, what was the name of that? There was a game, Mr. Shifty. Anybody with me?
Yes,
I remember the name. I never played it.
Yeah, Mr. Shifty came out on. Go ahead.
You're like a Nightcrawler-like character. You're like a human who can like teleport to different places and stuff.
Kind of, yeah. It came out real early on Switch, and it is also kind of like Hotline Miami. And this game just kind of gives me the similar vibes. It's 3D. It's not top-down. Gives me similar vibes, though. Because you just kick damn door in and just go to work. And it is the reason I was thinking like Mr. Shifty Hotline Miami is because if you die, it's just like snaps you right back in, and you go again, and you just keep going until you clear the room. Right? There's another game on Switch. It's a shooter that it really reminds me of too that I can't remember the name of. It's a Switch shooter game that I really liked, where you're just clearing multiple like procedural rooms.
Rico?
Nailed it. Yeah, Rico. And you get hit and you just start all over. And it's a lot of fun. Like they've got guns and stuff, and your ammo's really done. So you can shoot, and if you miss, you just go like I just threw the gun at the guy, and like that stunned him, and I kicked him in the face.
Oh shit.
And you can, when you kick them, like you can kick them into each other. You can kick the door into them. So you just plow through the door hits one of them, you shoot somebody in the corner, kick the other guy to the left. I mean, it's just, and the whole time the damn synth rave stuff is going on. So the whole time while you're running, it's just like, oh man, it's like, God, I need a line of Coke to go with this. Like, it's just overwhelming the senses right now.
So what you're describing to me is an even more surreal Hotline Miami. Because
yeah,
that was already off the rails anyways.
Pretty much. Yeah, I mean, it just gets, man, it's something. Like I'm buying that game when it comes out for sure. That game is fun.
Nice.
I don't know if it's for everybody. I don't know if you want to play it in long sessions, but I mean, it's something. So, Dev, how you feeling, man?
You know, all I can do is put on a brave face.
Well, I reached out to the XP crew this past week. After playing all these demos and stuff, I haven't played Batman in like, I don't know, 10, 12, 14 days. And I was like, I don't think I want to go back to it anymore. Like enough time has passed. Like I'm just not feeling it. I thought about going back to Ragnarok, finishing up that DLC. And I reached out to the PSXP crew because, you know, I've got this PlayStation 5 that I picked up off these streets. And I was like, maybe I should try that Horizon game that came out.
Literally off the streets.
Yeah, right? And I started looking up on eBay because I have the digital only model. So I started looking up like codes because they have the special edition that get codes. I was like, I bet I can pick up a code for cheap because I'm not spending $70 on it. I was like, absolutely not. So I'm looking around eBay and I find like a couple European codes, you know, like $30, $40. I was like, that's not too bad. So I start asking like, hey, can I use these codes? Like, are they region locked? I don't know. Yeah. And Haley goes, don't worry about it. Just pair up with me. So I've got a new game share partner on PlayStation, hashtag Haley Pass. Haley Pass is dope. Haley gets all the first party stuff, like bar none. Yep. So like, I'm set. I'm good. We're already talking. I was like, look, I'll just send you money on PayPal for God of War. Just cut it in half. It's like, you get all your games for half. You can keep owning them. I don't want to own them. I just want to play the ones that I want to play. And I start playing Horizon Forbidden West on PlayStation 5. And I've brought notes. Now, before I get into these notes, I want to say that I have been absolutely stressing Dev out on Discord with gifts. It has just been a treat to tell him. So yeah, let's take a look at some of my notes.
Yeah,
good note.
Told you.
I fucking love it. It's real good. I haven't stopped playing it really since I started, and it puts me in a weird dilemma because I'm real excited to play Fire Emblem Warriors, and I don't know how the hell I'm supposed to play both of these games. Horizon feels enormous, so enormous. I have barely played it. I don't know, 8-10 hours maybe, and I can look at the map and I can tell I'm nowhere, and I can look at I'm like, I am nowhere. I have barely scratched the surface on it. This thing is huge. But yeah, to do the long troll forward, I absolutely love it. It feels so much like somebody listened to everything I had to say about the first game and fixed it. The world feels so much more dynamic with the different stuff that you can do. And like I'm finding these relic locations. I found this. I spent maybe 40 minutes today trying to do a relic location that apparently I don't have the stuff for. I got to break like a red wall or something, and I don't know how to do that yet. But I love doing.
She'll usually tell you that she don't have the stuff for it. She'll tell you straight up, like,
I've seen
I have stuff to do this.
I've seen locations do that, but the relic hasn't told me that on the map. But I've seen locations like you need a tool for this.
Same for like tall
Yeah.
necks. There's like certain tall necks you can't access into.
Oh man, I did the tall neck, which you got to do the dish and everything. I'm sure this is like, Horizon 101 to everybody. So I don't want to go on the details of the gameplay because everybody's already heard it by now. It's an old story, but it feels so much better and like integrated into the world than the first one did.
Yeah.
It feels like it has meaning. And from what I've gathered, like each one is different. So you're not going to be like unlocking the same tower over and over again, which sounds great. Combat has always been amazing. I do think that maybe this one, I don't feel like I'm not as compelled to go into the melee category as much as I did the first one. I just don't. Yeah, I started upgrading the melee skills or the warrior skill tree, and I started peeking into like the further ones down the list, and like they're just not really piquing my interest. It's a lot of combos, and like it just seems a little bit. I just want to like wreck shop. Like I want anger foot. I just want to kick some shit in the face, like, and it looks like it's not that. It's very swift. And if you R1, 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 R2 and dodge and R1 again, I'm like, man, I am not out here trying to play Street Fighter. Like I just want to punch.
What it is.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm going more like the warrior class and like mixing in some of the other skill trees with that, which I think has been pretty good. Because I can still do, the combat moves. They just don't quite hit as hard. It feels deliberate. I feel like maybe it was intentional. It feels like they want you to play the game like with the bow.
Well, I feel like
once you start finding the humans, it's a lot easier to use the melee. The melee is really for the.
But with the robots, especially when you're trying to like acquire stuff from them, like the game is really meant to be played with a bow. It's like they'll let you melee, but I feel like it's really meant to be played with the bow. Like that's what they want you to do. That's kind of like the golden path. You can venture off,
Between the Forbidden West and Zero Dawn, I feel like Forbidden West allows you to like enjoy the weapons that you like, whereas like Zero Dawn was like you had to try all the variety of weapons, and because you couldn't take down certain like beasts in the same way, and I think that's going like towards that sort of skill tree element as well. Well, no, I
think I probably would a little bit.
But I'm saying, like, if you want, like, for me, like, I found the weapons I like and, like, upgraded it and really dialed it in. Whereas, like, in Zero Dawn, it was like, you're going to attack these animals, so it's best if you use these weapons. Not to say that this one doesn't allow that. It's just, I think it's more comfortable. Like, you can be more comfortable with the weapons. But I do agree with Dev, though, with the melee is definitely for the people. Like, man, you wreck the shit out of some people when you're meleeing.
And that was like my first experience with the first game is I was super melee. I went all in on the thing. I was punching Thunderjaws in the face. And I just don't feel like I'm going to get to that point. Maybe unless I drop like 25 skill points into that tree. Like the early skill points just aren't as rewarding.
You gotta learn the combos.
And I don't want to do all that.
Yeah.
I just want to hit hard. Like I don't want combos. I just want to be stronger. I just want to hit harder. No combos. Just tough as nails.
Yeah, the combos give you like a stagger stuff. There's one point where you end up basically like debuffing them to where that you can hit them with an arrow that really takes them out.
Well,
it's a lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot of. It's not just go smash.
And I want to go smash. No. Like, give me a big hammer. Let me go smash. So I'm playing the hunter stuff, and to be honest with you, I was laughing earlier because my trolling in the Discord, which I'm very proud of today. I'm so proud. I just wrecked havoc. And I didn't say a word. Had everybody talking. Everybody's like, he's going to say this. He's going to say that. Don't you say this? Just like I ain't said shit. I didn't say one thing. But one of the things in the Discord that got brought up today, which I thought was funny that you guys went on such a tangent with it, was for whatever reason, you guys started comparing to Valhalla. Apparently because I like Valhalla. And I think that's good because here's the funny thing is I am playing Forbidden West a lot like how I played Valhalla. I think it's better.
Yeah.
But it reminds me a lot of Valhalla, at least in the design of how I'm playing it. And so I just thought it was funny that you guys were going back and forth trying to contrast.
It was just the comparison to how big the games were. That was really the only thing that brought the Valhalla conversation was just because there's just so much to do.
How special a game. I know. Look, I haven't even unlocked the story, and I'm sure it's bad shit crazy. But like, it's very special that we get a game like this, like a Valhalla, like a Forbidden West. We hear it so much from folks that they want single player games, and it's like it's really out there for a developer to be able to make something like this, let alone a publisher funded. because this is just like, I can already tell this is 100 hours of just single player, you know, activity like out in this open world, and the map is just littered with all kinds of stuff. But the Valhalla thing is real because I was following the quest marker, and then I found like a lake, and then I went in the lake, and then I found a cave, and then I went in the cave, and then I found like an exploration point, and then I combed through all that and found the hidden chest, and then climbed to the tower and found a disc, and then came down and killed some things, and I was like, oh, where the hell was I going? I don't even know.
Exactly.
Well, that's like, and then the opposite, because it's almost like it's a vertical game too.
Oh
And
yeah,
that, like
the towers
once
are
you
great.
get the sort of breathing apparatus where you go under the water, then it's like, oh fuck, there's caves down here too.
I'm
Damn, okay.
all about.
He's nowhere near that yet.
That's
yeah,
what I'm
I'm
saying.
Just
like,
wait.
oh,
Just
I'm all
wing
for
it.
it.
Not
all
even
for it.
close.
as
I'm
high as
all
you
about
can
these
go, as low
games
as you can go.
that let me explore its world and find stuff. That was my biggest complaint with the first one, is that Horizon Zero Dawn was an open world. It just didn't have much out there in the world. If you were getting off the quest path, there just wasn't out there. And I'm finding all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
Chests, these green emeralds. I'm finding
Mhm.
stuff I can't even use yet. I'll figure out later. Like, there's just all kinds of stuff out there to do. These relics, the world feels so alive in terms of machines.
Mhm.
They're everywhere. You can find them
That
everywhere.
was the one thing I was hoping you would appreciate, because I remember how you said how empty Zero Dawn
Yeah.
felt, and there's shit everywhere in this game. Like,
and for
you
people,
can't go
I
anywhere
liked,
without stuff being there.
I liked Zero Dawn. I finished Zero Dawn, so don't hear that and just think that I didn't like it. No, I liked it a lot. I just compared it to other open world games, and it felt a little sparse. And this game is
Mhm.
anything but that. And then, like, I'm out there in this, I don't know, giant field, and there's all this wreckage of old machines, and they're scattered everywhere, and stuff coming out of the ground. I'm like, man, this is dope. It reminds me a little bit of when I played Breath of the Wild and came across like the Guardian graveyard, and stuff is everywhere and littered. And
Mhm.
you're like, what happened? Where's the story here? I need to know, you know. And like, I'm starting to already get those vibes. My only thing is that it's huge. I have no idea if I can finish it. I've got time to finish it with all the other games that I want to play, but like, I really want to, because I'm loving what I'm playing. Combat is very fun. I do actually have a couple notes that I wrote on the next page. Just a couple, I won't even call them critiques, but just a few thoughts that I had running down. But I think the game, it's just complicated. It's kind of a complex game.
Mhm.
Story wise, control wise, there's just a lot to get a hold of and get a grasp of, and there's a lot to learn. And I'm already starting to think like, ooh, do I need to look this up? Like, what bow do I need to play the way that I want to? What armor do I need to find? Like, how do I do this stuff? Like, it just seems like there's a lot to just discover and learn. And then what I've already gathered from you and the rest of the internet, like in terms of the story and stuff, like, I wonder if maybe that might be the kind of like the dividing between the people that really like it and maybe the people that don't. Because, you know, this game was so funny how divisive this game was. Remember, I kept bringing it up.
Mhm.
I mean, Elden Ring kind of crushed its you know, its echo chamber a bit. It didn't seem to get the play that I think a game like this deserves. But even amongst PlayStation fans, I found a lot of people that loved it, and a lot of people that are like, it's okay. And then I heard a lot. I'm actually kind of surprised now that I've put some time into it, like maybe 10 hours or so. I heard a lot of people that are like, I'm ready for it to be over. So I'm just wondering if I just keep playing, if I'll feel that way too. Because I definitely felt that way with Valhalla. I never finished Valhalla. I put over 100 hours into that game, and I was just like, I'm ready to move on. So maybe it's just that big. Maybe it's too big.
I think it's hard to say, because you can very easily ignore a lot of the side quests. I think
Yeah.
the side quests add a lot to the story, but you can just golden
They add a
path
lot
this thing
to the utility
and
too.
be
I'm
done in,
enjoying.
like, yeah.
I'm enjoying doing the side quests because I've already got like 5 armor sets, and then I got
Mhm.
my spike thing that I get to throw, which I love, like the spear.
Oh, that weapon right there. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big
Keep
fan of
playing. Ooh.
So,
that was my in game like weapon. Like that the spear,
the
once you
spear,
get a
it's
certain
real
one,
good.
it's
It's real
it's
good.
vicious.
But
It's
to kind of
vicious.
jump off what Dev was saying, though, like, if you want to finish the story is real quick. Like, I
Mhm.
spent, in contrast to playing like the first Horizon game, like, I mainlined that story and did very little side shit. This one, probably spent the majority of my time doing the side stuff, because the side quests are really, like, they are super well developed. Just even with like the sort of like adventure of the whole thing. And then when I was like, you know what, let me get back into the story, because it would be like how you were saying, Donnie, like you go another like half mile and it's like new quests, new items, new things to find. There's always something. And it was just like, okay, let me get back to the story. And then when I realized like how much I had advanced in the story, I was like, is this story like 4 hours long? But you know, it's the sort of like expansiveness of the whole game with side stuff. Like, I think this game is like, if you're one of those people that's like, I buy like 2 games a year, or I don't have it in my budget, this is a good game to buy.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can sink, like how you said, in like over 100 hours easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
And let's not, like, again, the loop is great. Even if you're not even there for the story, like the loop is fantastic. Like stealthing, getting into combat, hitting melee, rolling away, pulling out your arrows. And that's where I was even thinking like the complexity, because it's a lot. You're doing a lot on the controller for this game.
Even the games, like it's got the side, like
wait
the
till you
racing,
get some more of the weapons too. Like you haven't scratched the surface of the weapons. There's so many more different types of weapons that you can add into the arsenal.
Yeah,
nice.
They completely change the way you can play.
Yeah, so I'm enjoying it a lot. I am surprised that their fast travel system. I'm just surprised that they're everywhere. Like the campfires are literally everywhere. They're all over the map. I was kind of like, I've already noticed that I'm using it a lot, which is not a good that's not really a good or a bad thing. It's just more of an observation. But in other open world games, I think a lot of times they make fast travel points, a part of some sort of game mechanic, like the shrines, you've got puzzles to unlock or towers to unlock. You've got to discover villages or do a quest. And I was wondering if maybe there could be something done to that here, where it just made them feel a little more, I don't know, memorable or special or a part of something, because they're just all over the place. I could see them on the map. They're just every 500 feet, which on the other side of it, I really appreciate, because it's very easy to pick up and play, because I can just zap to where I want to go and just keep going. Like I played 2 missions right before we podcasted that I probably wouldn't have had to play if I had to get in there and run for 2,000 feet to get there. I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, so, it's like when you do armor quests and you're like, I got to go way back to the other side. That is where the campfire plays really nice.
Yeah.
And you got to like turn something in. But I used them way too much.
Or you just buy a bunch of fast travel packs and just can travel whenever you want.
Whenever you want, wherever you want. Yeah, I mean, it's
but even
right
at
there in
that
front
too,
of you.
Campfire to campfire, like I think I only used a fast travel pack like maybe once, because it was just like fire to fire is free.
And was just like, I'm just gonna use them, because I had so much. You end up with just so much like loot and resources.
Yeah, that's true.
Nothing to spend it on. So I was like, I'm just gonna buy a bunch of fast travel packs, and I'm just gonna be able to go whenever I want to go, and not have to worry about where's the nearest campfire.
Let me ask you about that, because I don't think I'm not sure if I understand the stash correctly or not. When I go to upgrade something and it requires resources, if those resources are in my stash, can I still craft it just out of the blue, or do I actually have to go to the stash and add it to my inventory?
You have to go to the stash and add it back to your
Does
inventory.
it tell me that, like, hey,
it'll
have this?
So yes, it will. It'll tell you that you have it in your stash, or you'll see when you pick stuff up that it's gone to your stash.
No, I know that it's gone to my stash, but I'm saying like when I go to the bench to upgrade something, it gives me the list of stuff that it needs. All I remember is that it's white if I have it, and it's red if I don't. And I'm wondering in my head, I'm like, do I have that? And it's just in the stash, and I just don't know.
Or if I'm
it's in your
understanding you correctly. Oh, go ahead.
If you're in the bench, it'll automatically take it out your stash. So you don't have to take out your stash.
Perfect. Because I'm not looking at my stash. I'm not really paying attention to it. It's just sending tons of stuff over there.
Typically,
I have no idea what
have the upgrade items. You typically don't end up having so many of those where they're going to end up in your stash. It's more of like the stuff that goes to your stash is going to be like food and all of your berries and stuff like that. That ends up being what's in your stash, or the materials to like craft like arrows and things of that nature. But like the actual upgrade parts, you typically don't ever have enough of those for them to end up in your stash.
Yeah.
Okay. The last thing I'd say, or I got 2 last things I'd say. First, it's utterly gorgeous. I mean, I absolutely.
And you picked it up at the right time.
I know. What a difference that performance mode makes.
Pretty.
I jumped between the both, and I was like, "Oh, the performance mode crushes. The fidelity mode sucks." And I remember you were sharing screenshots with me when you first got it of both, and I was like, dude, that performance mode takes a hit, doesn't it? It looked all kinds of fuzzy, and now I'm playing. I'm like, it looks amazing. It looks great.
I've gone back to it since it. It's just like, wow. If we only would have had this day one,
it honestly looks like
all that shimmer.
It honestly looks like it should just be the mode. Like, I'm not exactly sure how much more you're gaining from fidelity mode. Like maybe a slight bump in resolution. Isn't the performance mode's like 1800 though, right? That's like low end 4K. You know, so it's 4K 60. Like that should just be the mode. I can't imagine dropping it to 30 to play anything else. And the last thing I would say is you guys talked a lot about Aloy, and I will say some of the story bits so far, especially when she's dealing with others, just a bit awkward, right? And
what's your thoughts, Chaufie?
Awkward.
I mean, you want to jump into? I'll say this. Like,
let's jump into it, bro.
I think that Donnie's not far enough in the story though. Like once you get to like late in the second act and the third act, that's a whole separate thing. You can go listen to Cadillac on Mars. You can hear my opinions on this story. But all in all, Aloy is too disconnected from this world. Like she keeps leaning on that, like basically, fuck, I wanted to take a break. Like, and you know, she's doing that whole like, I want to get out, but you keep pulling me back in type of thing, you know? And so I feel like there's too much of
I would say the opposite. You've got all these people around her and everything. They just talk about how she's leaving, and her whole thing, she's like, I gotta go. She sneaks out, and like even outside of the story, I'm not even trying to get too much into the plot. I'm literally just talking about like her body language and behavior,
interactions,
her mannerisms.
People.
They're come off so awkward and weird and kind of aloof, and it's weird.
Remember the first game. Remember the first game. She's super awkward. Doesn't know how to deal with people. So the whole idea of attachment.
Isn't it weird to script somebody that way, especially after so long? I think you build up on it a little.
No, but Dev's right.
I don't think
because
so.
she's dealing with too, and this is why she wants to keep leaving. It's because of that, like it's daddy issues. Like
it's the attachment. Like
because now
she's never known how to have interpersonal relationships at all.
And then she realizes she's a fucking clone.
She's already had a whole game full of them.
No, she hasn't though. The entire game, the entire first game, she was by herself the entire time. She did not interact or have any real.
You still meet all the
she
same
meets
characters.
people. She meets people, but she leaves right away. She doesn't really. The only person who she really has any closeness with is Talana. That's the only one where she really has any closeness with. But even her, she's like, I'm out. I don't know how to deal with actual interaction.
Well, it's funny because
I
prefer it when she's by herself, because when she's hanging out with others, I'm just kind of like, this ain't it. I've always told you I hate that dude that likes her, whatever his name is. I've never liked him.
Aaron?
Oh, yeah, I never liked him. And I did, and like my first interaction with him in this game, I was like, dude, you're just reminding me. I was like, I've never liked you. Like, I wish I could sacrifice you off at some point. Let me kick you off a cliff or something.
Oh boy. Let's wait till you get further down.
We're not getting to that part.
Okay.
God.
No, we don't need to have that discussion. I'm done with that.
But
she's just a little awkward, you know.
But
not like
awkward. Think of it like this, and though these 1 and 2s might not be the best comparison, but it's Ellie in Last of Us and Ellie in Last of Us, the second one. She's two completely different people, and one is the journey and one is the result of that journey, and that's what Horizon is as well. You know, the first part, she's like, who the fuck am I? What's going on? Wait, what happened to my father figure? Oh, now I'm a clone of this person. And then now she's the result of that whole experience. And it's like, it's left her kind of like, she doesn't know who she is. She doesn't know what she wants. She doesn't know where she's going. She's just like,
I get the introvert part of it.
And
like,
I've got all these people that want to be my friend after nobody ever wanted anything to do with me. How do I? Yeah,
and I get that.
With that. How do I?
I get that. At least I get that. I get that premise. I think it's interesting that you guys take so much of that away from the game, because I don't think the game does a very good job portraying it. That's just something you've got to
finish it.
Okay, that's definitely got to be something that you've got to like pull out of it, because so far it's not. It's just awkward. So it's just an interesting observation. So hopefully it gets spicier. If not, I'll just keep skipping through some of it, because I'm just like, all right, come on, quit talking, so I can keep playing. Like I'm ready to smash machines, not listen to you guys talk too much. It is a wordy game. It's like all dialogue. Yes, just kind of goes on and on and on and on. It's like, all right, we get it. move it along. So, in moving along, that's it. So you guys talk turtles.
Yay. Chaufie, you're the guest. I normally let the guests go first, let us know what they're playing, but I just had to get that out.
He was so worried, Chaufie. You should go see our Discord. It was a beautiful example of trolling just all day.
Especially after hearing what you said about it on Cadillac Armors, I was like, I can't deal with more of this.
It was perfect.
Let me say this. Specifically talking about the story. I don't want to ruin it for anybody. Like I said, you can follow up, listen later, but it's that latter part. Like when you said, I like a story that's like bonkers and off the rails, there's a way to do it right. And I'm going to compare it to like, what's the movie, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once? That movie is fucking insane.
I really want to see it.
Yeah, I really want to see it too.
It's phenomenal. Like I highly, highly recommend watching it. Shout out to Delvin for.
I always thought of Horizon.
I'm watching it on my Voodoo account.
I always thought of Horizon like Zero Dawn. I mean, I don't know the rest of this story yet, but I always thought of Horizon Zero Dawn and just kind of the story that they were trying to tell with Horizon, like having listened to the podcast stuff. It's kind of like video games' version of the Matrix.
That's a good comparison.
I can see that. Yeah, definitely. But that movie is the way you do a bonkers story right. Or correctly, because it has its twists and turns, and whereas the latter acts of Horizon just really like it's amateur. It gives up. It's like, wow, you guys.
I
like,
disagree.
Did you have me write this? Did I write it?
I disagree with you so much. I don't think it gives up at all. It's the second act. This is the second act of 3 parts.
Yeah, the second act of 3
This is the Empire Strikes Back episode, man.
Nah, man, they went full fucking Jar Jar Binks in this, man. Like they brought in characters and I was like, wait, what?
You're smoking crack.
You're telling me you guys left the planet, had a good life, and then said, hey, let's go back and see what's good over there, even though we know it's not good. That's
not at all what happened. That's not
don't spoil it.
They did not go and have a good life.
Don't spoil it for people. I know Donnie's gonna play it.
It's not good. It's poorly written. It's real bad. It's real bad.
I can't wait. I
said what I said.
If you finish it,
anyone who loves this story,
I don't know how I'm going to try to juggle Fire Emblem in this game. And
you have the disability because you clearly lack some understanding of what happened.
You have the disability.
As a person who works with
what a drop.
comprehension and learning literacy, I can tell you this is not good writing. Like zero.
That's because you weren't paying attention. You clearly missed some pieces.
No, I really was like, wait, what's going on? Once Tilda came in, I was like, okay, wait, what?
Turtles.
Yeah. So
then you missed like the whole beginning.
No, I was totally with it. And then it was just like, okay, this is like, this is falling apart. Anyways, I digress.
I'm glad it's not me saying the wild this time. It's good to know.
Great game, bad story.
Real good.
Great game, bad story.
Man, it's real good.
So what else you been playing?
Okay, so I did pick up Neon White. Any of you guys playing this?
I want to try it. I don't think I want to buy it, but I want to try it.
Neon
I'll
White.
say this. It's only right now. I think it's like $24 bucks.
Switch.
I think it's worth the $24 price. Like I don't feel like it's.
I've heard good things.
Not with Game Pass.
I'm really, really enjoying it. Especially for like a Switch type game, and I rarely use my Switch because they're just small bite activity. Like when you go through, it's just like click, click, click. It's real fast. Yeah. The card switching is real neat. Like it's the first time in a long time where I felt like I was doing something new in a game. That's cool. It was just like, that was really cool. I think I've put about a good 5 hours into it. I've had a couple of levels where I'm really frustrated because it is like, it's about because it's fast, so it's about doing things quickly, building a pattern, like really understanding it. And so like, there are a couple levels where I was just like, oh, this is really frustrating. But for the most part, like if you just need a game where you want, like, I got a good like 10 minutes to play, in 10 minutes, you can do like 10 levels. It's really that fast.
Damn.
That's nice.
And because the replayability is nice too. And the story there too is like kind of insane.
Like just that it's card based, I was like, yeah, it's probably not for me. But because it's fast and has such a cool, because it has such a cool style, I'm like, I want to try. I wish it had a demo. I really do.
Okay, so the card based feature is the least of the game. the cards just give you a weapon, but the cards aren't like where you build a deck or anything like that. It's
Okay.
just like as you're going through, you pick up the shotgun card.
Okay.
It's not like you have a choice to pick up a shotgun and
how do you choose which card to play?
You can have 2 at once. So as you're going through, you hit like ZR and it'll flip between the 2, but each one has a different function. So for example, like when you pick up the pistol, which is like one of your first introductory weapons, you can shoot the pistol, but if you press R, it gives you a jump, like a double jump, vertical.
What does that have anything to do with the pistol card?
It doesn't. It's a what do they call it? Like a discard feature.
Nah, son.
So each card can be used as a
You're
weapon
losing me, Chaufie.
and as an ability.
So you're either shooting or you're double jumping.
Yeah.
With the
And then
pistol
like
card.
another weapon gives you like a teleport forward kind of, or like a dash forward. It's really kind of
So it's an alternate function.
Yeah, it's an alternate function. Yeah, they call it like the discard ability or something like that. But it's a lot of fun. But I will say this: I don't know how long I'll.
If you play the pistol card, does it automatically shoot the pistol, or does it just give you a pistol that you can then start shooting?
You pick up the pistol card, it automatically inventories, and you start shooting off of it.
No. That's not.
What
Let
do
me
you
see if I can rephrase.
It means can I pull the trigger?
Yeah.
On my own.
If I play the pistol card, does it put a pistol in my hand that I can then free aim and shoot, or does it just shoot the enemy on screen with the pistol?
You free aim and shoot.
All right, so it puts a pistol in your hand.
Yeah.
Limited ammunition, or
no? So
until I play the next card.
So that's where the cards come into play. You can stack 3 of the same card, I believe. So as you use the card, like let's say the pistol is like a golden color kind of card. As you use it, it doesn't give you an ammo card count, but the card starts to turn white. And once you've completely used the card up, that card is gone.
Ammo.
But if you had more cards stacked behind it,
I get it.
But it's really interesting. Like I said, for like
it does sound interesting. I give you that.
Yeah, and so that's what I'm saying. Like the card, because at first I was a little apprehensive because I was like, I don't want to play games where I have to like craft and build decks and shit like that. I'm like, I'm not like super for it. I like to get in a game and then play, and this is really what this is for. The cards are like the least of it, but like I said, for like I think it's $24.99 on sale a little bit or early right now. It's better than if it was the $29.99 price. I'd be like, hell no, don't buy it. I'd say you catch it for like
it's too rich for my blood. I've talked about this on the show in recent months. After going PC and Game Pass, I've lost so much of like in me to spend $25, and I hate saying it because it feels bad. I feel bad saying because I feel like I should be a better consumer. It's just that it's not that I feel like I should be a better consumer, because obviously if there's a like I'm gonna buy Cult of Lamb. I'm probably gonna buy Cult of Lamb for $100. So it's not even about the money. It's just that there's so much out there to play for in my subscription for free. I played, what did I rattle off 8 demos that I played for like 4 days. I didn't pay $1 for, you know, so it's got to be something I really want. For, like what I've basically done is I've stopped buying games that I want to try. I've stopped buying games that I'm like, oh, it'll be cool to talk about on the podcast. I've stopped doing that. I don't do that at all. I only buy games that I actively want to play like right now. If I don't want to play it right now, then I'll catch it on sale.
If this game had a demo, I don't think it would do it justice, because this is also one of the few
just
games
let you
where
play
I feel
like 5 levels.
Well, I think the tutorial really is like essential in this game to like fully like flesh it out. And it's not like a time tutorial where it's like, you know, you do it for like 10 minutes, then you're in. It's like it's your first like introductory like 10 missions where then it teaches you like how to do all this stuff. So maybe even if the tutorial was like the opening piece, that
a lot of people do that. Yeah.
I'll say this. If I were to really, really sit on it and think about it, because I have, as we've been talking, the sweet spot maybe, like if you can catch it for 19,
it'll come to Game Pass.
It's
everything does.
Yeah. So this one, that one's been a lot of fun.
Everything does.
I tried to play Fall Guys on the Switch. I can't even get
I heard that was real bad.
It's like, it doesn't even connect. I can't even do it at all.
I saw that today. I love that all these people are like, well, try to play Fall Guys. Just like errors, server errors, and everything. It's like they spent so much time talking about its launch and it's coming and it'll be next month and let's remind you again, and it's at Summer Game Fest and now they launched it and it's busted. And it's like, well, that's not how you keep fans going there, guys.
Yeah, no, zero. And then
my kids tell me all the time that Among Us kill Fall Guys, and I've tried not to believe them, but I think they're right.
Yeah, that might be true. That might be true.
Yeah, they're right.
But the only other game I've really been playing lately, I've kind of been on this like off now that I'm back, like, or I'm off of work for the summer. I'm in like my adjusting to no work life, and which also means like full-time dad mode. My wife's home working, so I'm like watching the kids, making sure they're not murdering each other.
That's the dream.
But I went through like my old libraries, and this is also why I hit you up the other day too. I have an Xbox, the Series S, like the old white one, and I think it's
not that old. Damn.
Well, you know,
the old white one.
It's showing its wear. You know, like it's showing
the Series S.
No, or not. Sorry, not Series S. 1S.
He's talking about the S.
1S.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Now we're
my bad.
It's like the Series S. That shit is brand new.
It's not the most powerful, but I mean, come on.
No, the 1S.
Yes, that's really, definitely showing its age for sure.
And so like a lot of stuff.
Great Blu-ray player.
Yeah, even like back compat type of stuff is struggling. I'm trying to play like the fucking latest Forza game.
Sexy box though. Sorry to tangent up, but man,
beautiful console.
The 1S console is like top tier for me. Like it is such a gorgeous look.
Sleek. It's like
nice.
For just being a little ass rectangle.
Having the little black base under it like does so much.
It's a nice contrast.
PlayStation really definitely should like try to do something like that. I mean, it's real good.
Yeah, no, that one was really nice.
Bigger and more unwieldy.
Yeah, but it's like
curvier, bigger, lighter, taller.
Damn straight.
Shit's just gonna look like a tall the next time you get it.
It's just gonna be Megan Thee Stallion. That's all we need. It's the Megan Thee Stallion of consoles.
I mean, I was about to say, don't get me wrong. I like them thicker. I'm not trying to get like a bag of right angles. I like some curves, baby.
True.
But I was
see
just,
my Instagram, so
like there's all those things I like my women like I like my coffee. It's definitely not like I like my consoles. Those are very different things. Like I like my women completely different than my consoles.
But no, my 1S, it's like I said, it's starting to show its age. It's struggling to play games. I went through the library and realized I had purchased but never played Dante's Inferno. So I'm starting to play that. And that game,
I haven't played that game.
How the fuck did that game get made?
Years.
Like it's out of control. Like, it is the most non-PC. Like there's titties everywhere. Like I was like, what?
Yeah,
we're gonna get canceled.
Yeah,
this game is
PS3, Xbox 360 era, baby.
It really was, man. That was back in the E3 like booth babes era. Like they didn't care.
Yes, it was.
So I've been playing that, but even playing that too, it's making my Xbox struggle. So I hit up Donnie recently. I was like, "You see any good deals on an Xbox? Because I think it's time to pick one up because it's like this poor thing. It's really doing its best. But even streaming now as well. Like if I want to just like stream like Paramount Plus or something, it's like, you want to watch a movie? No." You ain't doing that.
Well, you know what? Completely unrelated, but I didn't talk about. I wanted to play. I started playing Lollipop Chainsaw on Xbox. Never played on Xbox. Played on PlayStation 3, and my Xbox 360 just fucking quit the bed. Just fried on me. I think maybe like chapter 3. I'd put maybe 2 hours into it, and it just the entire system shut off. I was just playing, the thing just went black, and I was like, that's weird. And I went to go turn it on. It came back on. I was like, that's strange. And every game that I try to boot, even if it's a digital game and it's like on the console, entire system shuts off. That's all that happens now. If I press an application, the system powers off. It's like I turned the off button.
Yeah,
it doesn't even try anymore. It didn't even hit like a screen and stop. It just turns off.
You see, mine just goes black. Like it's on, but just black. It's just like no.
My 360 has given me a lot of years, so it's been well served. Thank you so much.
Now, two things real quick before I slide out of this. Number one, when Donnie sent me a fucking tweet about Lollipop Chainsaw, at first I was like,
my man,
wait, what's this? And then I was like, oh my God. And so then I kept going.
I like the record we show that my Twitter account was like 14 hours ahead of the news, apparently. So nobody else caught on to that shit till like the next day.
Yeah. But when you hit me up, I was like, oh, please. Like, yes, man.
I really need it because it's either that or I got to buy another 360, or I got to try to figure out how to do the PlayStation on PC, which I looked into.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a mess. There's no controller, man. I was like, I'm not doing this shit.
Don't do that.
Even go to the pawn shop. He'll get you a 360 real quick.
No. I want to believe. I'll wait. Give me the PC version or port or something. Yeah, I have a PS3, but I bought it on my old account, so I'd have to buy the PS3 copy, which would be the worst thing in the world, I guess. I mean, I always have that option. Maybe
That's a good idea. Just buy the PS3 copy.
I'd like to
run in the punch if I go buy one.
I'm gonna hold off until they tell me whatever this means.
Yeah,
because if I could,
the best bet.
I'd like to wait to play it as best as it can be played.
Yeah,
play the better version, baby.
Yeah. But if they're like, it's never gonna happen, which I still think is a probability, then I'll buy a PS3 copy.
Soundtrack. Like,
yeah,
I mean,
then I'll play that. Then I'll get it on PS3.
I forgot the other thing I was gonna say, but man, just that got me so hyped up, Donnie. When you kicked that my way, I was like,
nice.
Oh, I love this so much. Like,
that's what I'm here for.
When you said, give me the collector's edition, I'm like,
yes, stupid edition, $500.
Like,
I'm all in.
Whatever you got. Like, sure.
Credit card. I'll take out a credit card. I'll make a credit card just for it.
I got grown man money right now. I will spend it. Mm-hmm. No question.
I have $30,000 in credit card debt. And then they call. I say I can't pay it back yet.
I mean, what's another 100? What's 100, Donnie?
Yeah,
let's do it. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Let's do it.
It's less than your interest. Who cares? But anyways, I forgot my other point.
So, Turtles. We've got to do Turtles, guys. This is almost an hour. Like, this is taking way too long.
I'll bypass what I've been playing.
I know, but I've been promising.
We've been
bumper.
playing the same thing. Ninja Turtles.
No, I played the Quarry.
Nobody cares about the
Quarry. I'm playing Horizon. I want to play Fire Emblem. I haven't played the Quarry yet because my wife's had COVID. I've been waiting for it. God, what am I going to do, guys?
I finished the Quarry, but
how many people survived?
Do you like it?
I like it. Yeah, in short, I like it.
Awesome. Is it better than every other one of their mediocre games that have come out in the last 5 years?
Wow.
In short, it's the best one
ever
since Until Dawn.
Perfect. That's all. Yep. Great review.
Yeah, that's all you need to know.
That's all you need to know. That's
5-star review, baby.
Did you see Haley's terrible tweet?
I didn't see.
She's like, I finished it. Everyone survived. What the fuck is the fun in that?
Right.
Who's playing it that way? We're trying to kill. Is it just me? I'm trying to kill everybody.
I want everybody to die.
Right, like you gotta.
We're murdering everybody.
I pick a final girl,
body or two,
and we try to make just save them, and then everyone else dies. That's how horror movies go.
I will say this: I try to play it the way the story's supposed to go first.
No,
then I go to the run with
son
to see who dies and kill everybody off and stuff like that.
Oft.
When you go to a horror movie,
nobody's supposed to live.
Are you like?
Could you imagine a horror movie where everyone lives? It'd be the worst horror movie ever.
Rom-com.
It's not a horror movie. Yeah, it's a rom-com. Exactly.
Like we all made it, guys. There's the killer. We killed him. Jeez.
I think have I ever seen a horror
Even
movie
the dog lives.
Fucking Devil wants to play Scooby-Doo. No, man.
Right. That's exactly what it would be.
And I would have got away with it too if it weren't for you kids.
For you kids.
I mean, we could talk about Velma though.
Yeah, Shredder's Revenge. That's a fun game. You should play it. Yeah. Me and the kids, we beat it. We rolled through it front to back, finished it. It was a really good time, and I keep going back to play it because it's just fun. It's just a really, really fun game.
Yeah,
I like beat 'em ups, man. I'm gonna get to it.
It's really fun.
But my cup overflow at the moment.
Yeah,
I also played with my kids.
Sorry,
and they enjoyed it. Haven't finished it yet, but we enjoying our time with it. It's really good.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's good stuff.
So
I
now
don't like
everything
the
is
fact
all
that
turtles.
You got to unlock Casey Jones. That's some bullshit.
Of course, man.
That's typical.
Yeah, that's typical.
How beat 'em ups work. Did you not play Streets of Rage 4? Like you beat the game, you unlock the character,
half the
and
roster.
You go through it again.
No. Don't give me Casey Jones at the start. Don't give me April O'Neil and Splinter.
We're gonna make you work for it, son.
Unlockable.
Dude, I said that about Smash.
For it.
I remember I said about Smash Brothers, and Nintendo fans lost their mind. It was one of those hottest takes I've ever said. They were so mad.
People were pissed.
People were
It's
huge
as if
mad.
you've never played video games before.
I wasn't even saying like unlock them all, but I was like, guys, there are 100 damn characters in this game, and you give me 5?
Smash gave you like 3.
Right, it's like at least
like 3 characters.
Honestly, like my compromise was like, at least let me pick the one I play with first. Right? Like let me just pick. What the hell? Chaufie, how the hell are you here twice? What did you
everything,
do?
like shut down on me and kicked back in. I don't know. That
We're
was
sitting here
weird.
looking at you as like Chaufie joined.
No, the whole
Double
screen, like, shut down.
Chaufie's twin.
But yeah, with Smash, it was like, just let me pick who I get to start with then. Like, let me play with who I want to unlock everyone else. Nah. Here's
Nah,
Ness.
you got to start with Marth.
Yeah, here's Ness. Enjoy that for 20 hours.
I wasn't feeling that either.
I'm glad I wasn't alone. But yeah, the Nintendo fans were big mad. So yeah, man, people like unlocking characters. That's what I've learned. They like the grind.
No.
You got to give it the grind.
But it's only one character.
You know what I'm for?
Like,
Make it
you're like-
DLC.
Yeah.
I'll pay you $5 just to unlock everything. Let me play the damn game.
I'm down with that.
Down with it. I'm so down. Like instead of monetizing all this bullshit, like let's monetize cheat codes. I'm totally for that.
Didn't we already do that? I mean, isn't that
Did
a
we?
thing?
I don't think many
I
games
mean,
do that.
back in the day,
And
that
some
was Game
games do
Genie.
it.
Yeah, I was about
That
to
was
say,
Game
very-
Genie.
Right, but like let's fund that money back to the developers. You know, like some people
Resident
ain't got
Evil does
time
that.
for all this.
Resident Evil's like, hey, you ain't got time. Just buy all our stuff.
Yeah, like here's a
Yeah. I
like
bazooka.
that.
Give us $7. Like dope. Let's
that
blow
was
some
like the
shit up.
early like DLC era where it was just like
Mhm.
unlock everything now.
See, I want that
Like,
needs to come back. I'm all for that. That was great.
Yeah. If it makes you feel any better, Delvin, Casey Jones is probably the best character in the game. He's fast, he's
damn it.
strong.
That makes
I
it
love
feel
Casey
worse.
Jones.
Yeah, no kidding. 'cause
He's
that's all you
so
want.
much fun to play with, especially when you level him up. Oh man, he's a beast. So
I'm playing as Mikey right now. I'm having a blast.
How long
playing
does it
as
take?
Michelangelo.
that's not long. It took me maybe like 2-3 hours to beat the
That's
game.
like
It's
Ooh,
not
couple
long.
it's
hours,
short,
beat 'em
short.
up. It's meant to be replayed.
Yeah.
Yeah, short.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's like Streets of Rage. They mean you,
as you're-
they mean for you to play it 3, 4, 5 times, at least.
Mhm.
Yeah, because my son and I are
Yep.
looking for a game to co-op, so we might have to jump
It's
on
a
That's
that.
a
good
good
way to
one.
do it.
Yeah, me
It's a
and
good
my,
one to do
I
it
mean,
on
I'm
the
not
game.
trying to talk you off of it, but me and Jack, we went through Streets of Rage 3 times together. It was his first time ever going through it, and he absolutely loved it. And it made it so
It's
much
so
better
much
when I
fun.
got the Streets of Rage Collector's Edition. Like, he actually understood it all. So it was a lot of fun.
Good stuff.
Cool.
Those are
Good
good
stuff.
games for that.
Yep, absolutely. Well, enough of our yammering about what we've been playing and all that good
Oh,
stuff.
boy.
Donnie.
It's time.
It's time.
Mm.
Dev, we need to talk about your online internet activity.
Devin, what am I to do with you? First of all, this very suspicious screen name, Dat Ninja Dev. What do you mean by Dat Ninja Dev? Devin, Chris Hansen here of Hansen vs. Predators, to catch a predator and have a seat with Chris Hansen. Now, Devin, I'm going to need you to have a seat right over there. We've been going through some transcripts and I have some questions and some concerns. You know, Devin, you should know this, but we're still dealing with a pandemic situation, the tail end, hopefully, but, you know, you're still supposed to be socially responsible, not going online with this Dat Ninja Dev screen name, visiting suspicious sites, saying things, doing things like, I want to blank your blank. There's talk of a cat, Cool Whip, walking into a house naked. It's the sort of behavior that, well, could lead you to meet me in a dark kitchen someplace. Do you see how this looks? I've got some more questions for you, but before we get to those, Donnie, what's happening this week? I'll be watching and listening.
No, I'm about to leave this podcast. Nope, I don't want no part of this.
I knew it.
Whoa,
I knew
hold
it.
on. I'm
Yeah.
good. Thanks
Yeah.
for having me.
Daddy
We
the cop,
knew it
man.
was going to happen eventually.
Not in 4K, baby. What?
Dev
Look
done
how
met,
shocked he looks.
Dev done met Chris Hansen.
Yo, damn out there deleting all his history right now.
better.
Y'all ain't getting me.
All the cookies gone.
Dat Ninja Dev.
Wow.
So the funny part was, for some reason, my audio cut out, so I didn't even hear the first half of it. And then
Well,
I
this
got
sounds
my
like-
audio back working
well.
where I heard
Hey,
Dat Ninja Dev. I'm like, what
We
the hell?
we can play it again.
Devin, what am I to do with you? First of all, this very suspicious screen name, Dat Ninja Dev. What do you mean by Dat Ninja Dev? Devin, Chris Hansen here of Hansen vs. Predators, to catch a predator and have a seat with Chris Hansen. Now, Devin, I'm going to need you to have a seat right over there. I've been going through some transcripts and I have some questions and some concerns. You know, Devin, you should know this, but we're still dealing with a pandemic situation, the tail end, hopefully, but, you know, you're still supposed to be socially responsible, not going online with this Dat Ninja Dev screen name, visiting suspicious sites, saying things, doing things like, I want to blank your blank. There's talk of a cat, Cool Whip, walking into a house naked. It's the sort of behavior that, well, could lead you to meet me in a dark kitchen someplace. Do you see how this looks? I've got some more questions for you, but before we get to those, Donnie, what's happening this week? I'll be watching and listening.
Just ridiculous.
Unfortunate. I'm speechless.
Bumper ever. Oh my God.
What in the hell?
Worth
Can we
every
run
bit.
that bumper every week?
You know what? Don't do any more bumpers. That's the one.
That's the bumper.
That's
As
the
awareness.
one. What's Sean
As
now?
awareness.
I can't beat this.
Why?
Dev,
A
Yeah.
PSA
Why?
for everybody.
see how this looks.
Do you see how this looks?
Oh,
Dead. Just
I hate you all.
took my ass down. This
I hate
motherfucker, man.
yeah.
So
Unfortunate.
glad I was here for this. So glad.
I'm glad you were here.
I don't.
I told you were perfect. You were like, hey, I want to come on the show. I was like, please come on the show
Man.
next week. Do you have any idea
all
how hard this was to keep
No.
inside, to make sure that there was no possible way that it would get spoiled? I was guarding this like Phil Spencer guards E3 secrets. Oh,
What
Yeah.
did
hit
I
Donnie
do
up,
to
like,
deserve
I
this
think
hate?
twice this week to tell me, man, that took me down. I'm brown. You had me turning full fucking red right now. Like, I'm fucked up,
Yeah.
man.
Dev, you got any? You want
The
to
hate.
speak to the people, or I mean, they're concerned.
No.
damn it, Dev.
They're
Nah.
concerned.
On Juneteenth too.
Do you might
It is
want
what it
to
is.
maybe want to
This how you play black people back?
Wow.
Wow.
You want to lawyer up? Maybe plead the fifth? How's this
Nah,
gonna
it is
work?
what it is. You know, cats, Cool Whip. We're getting
Cool Whip.
we're getting saucy. You know what I'm saying? It is
Wanna
what it
blank
is.
your blank?
Fifth.
I'm a blank your blank. I'm walking in naked. I got cats and Cool Whip. Let's go.
What is this? Dat
What kind
Ninja
of party
Dev.
is this?
Do you have any idea this bumper was worth every penny that it took for me to make it?
Triple.
And when I got it for the first time, I fell on the ground. I was like, he nailed it. I laughed so hard. I raised Delvin off of another show. I was like, you have to see this. You have
Yes,
I have
you
to
did.
show it to you. Oh my God. It's the best. That's the
This
best bumper.
was the highlight of Summer Games. This,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is bigger than that. All of that.
The day Dev met Chris Hansen.
Right. For
Justice
real.
was served.
I'm glad that I can elicit so much ire that you had to go out and get this bumper.
It was worth every penny.
Mission accomplished.
And then I edited it.
This takes
like
me
the
to
editing?
the thing I forgot to mention earlier.
It's
And
great.
it is great.
This is on the level of Devolver. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
Devolver
Yeah.
levels
This
right
is
here,
some
man.
Devolver type nonsense.
I will tell you, that Chris Hansen understood the assignment. He nailed
Oh.
it.
Yeah.
God, he nailed it.
Assignment and
transition.
extra credit.
But first,
So when the cops show up in a little while, you'll understand why.
I was going to send it to your wife.
Yeah.
Hold on.
She needs
Go
to see
back.
this.
Oh my God.
I'm going to send it to your pastor.
Wow.
Did you just get a
Everybody.
promotion? You need to send it to your boss.
Kids principal,
Oh my
they're getting it too.
Who's that new program network architecture you just hired? Have you seen this? Are you aware of his background?
I'm
Did
the
you do a
supervisor,
background?
sir. I'm in charge.
No
Hansen
sleepovers
versus
at your house ever
PSVG.
again. Your kid's not gonna have no friends.
Yeah. That's a rough life.
Damn, Donnie really just ruined your life.
Yeah, have you registered?
Yeah.
Damn, not Megan's Law. Relax. Wow.
Oh my god.
That was every bit as good as I hoped it could be.
Oh man.
You satisfied, Delvin?
They hurt.
Very.
Very.
I
That
live
was-
to give.
That was worth it. That was so worth it.
Man.
Yeah.
Okay, in news. God, this show's gonna be too damn long. Let's see if we can't speed it up a bit. We've got rumblings of the next NCAA football. This comes via Extra Points, a blog. They filed several open record requests, which have uncovered the following. Apparently, the next NCAA game for next gen will be out July 2023. It has a 2-year game development cycle, and that their records request uncovered that it was in full swing development as of February this year. So we don't know if it's going to hit that July date, but it's targeted to be next year, so it's not that far away. There are almost 120 institutions and conferences that have already declared participation in the game. Some of the holdouts, which they weren't listed, are still submitting assets. So they're still submitting stadium designs, marching band pictures, crowd chants and stuff, signaling that they expect to be participating once the licensing clears. If you guys have ever wanted to know how much a school makes to be in NCAA football, apparently their facts have undiscovered. If you're a tier 1 university, so top of the walk, you get $104,000 just for being included. Tier 2 universities get about half that. Tier 3 universities get about $40,000, and tier 4 universities get about $10,000 just to participate in the game. EA Sports wants to include player likeness in this game, and they want to pay athletes to do it, but they're struggling with how to license with the players collectively as a group. Those players, any players that have, how much are you guys following this NIL stuff that's going on in college sports the last couple of years?
Yeah.
Any players
Oh,
that
yeah.
have exclusive NIL deals where they've signed exclusive rights deals with a collective might risk being left out of the game unless their collective waives that right, which most people seem to think if the player wants to, they will. But if some collective wants to, if you want to include, I don't know, you say CJ Stroud in the game, you've got to give him $5 million. They might not be in because they want to collectively just cut everybody a check at once. As all EA games would suggest, DLC and long-term monetization are part of the plan, and they will include an ultimate team mode as they do in FIFA and Madden, etc., etc. So we're about a year away from NCAA football coming back. I'm excited. The 2-year dev cycle feels light. I really hope this isn't a reskinned version of Madden. I wasn't very happy
I was
with
going to say
Madden.
that exact same thing. I
Yeah,
was going to say it seems like this is going to be a reskinned version of Madden
it might be.
with some features taken away or added in to make it fit college football, especially considering like, oh, it's coming out in 2023. Yeah.
If the franchise mode is good, like if it's NCAA good, where you can actually recruit players, I would love to be able to do this NIL stuff and transfers and all that. Like if they can work that into like to build a school, because that was my fun part of NCAA is that I always picked like the worst university and tried to take them to the national championship. So like if I can do that, that's great. If it's just like a season mode where you just play 17 games in a bowl game, that'll be so disappointing. I'll still buy it because my 360's fried and we haven't had an NCAA game in a decade, but yeah, I'll still get it anyway. But yeah, we'll see, I guess. We'll see what it's like.
I honestly don't expect much from this, at least the first one.
Yeah, that's smart.
usually the first EA ones usually aren't that great. And then as they build on to it, it gets better. Like NBA Live had that problem. The first Madden when it came out had that problem. So don't have your hopes up too high for this one.
Yeah. And look, if it's a
Dev's
reskin
boys
Madden,
are very excited for this. Very, very excited.
yeah, if you could have a reskin version of Madden, I mean, that's not the worst game in the world. Especially, I'm excited for this
No,
year's
I'm-
Madden with like the new Madden upgrades. Like, hopefully, it's better. Last year's Madden was kind of a letdown. So we'll see.
Yeah, I agree.
Destiny 2 cheaters have settled and agreed to pay Bungie $13.5 million in damages. How do you feel about that?
Wow.
Good. I don't really care.
You guys out there cheating in games? Might want to rethink that. I came up with that number. It was calculated $6,765 every time the software was illegally downloaded That's how much they charge people, and that came out to $13.5 million.
Wow.
Jeez.
That's not great. We've got Game Pass updates. So out now, we have Shadowrun Trilogy and Total War 3 Kingdoms out on PC. I've never played Shadowrun. I've heard about it for a very long time. I look forward to trying it one day. Won't be anytime soon. Out the 23rd, we have FIFA 22 and Naraka Blade Point, which we saw in the Xbox show. The exciting news, July 1st, Far Cry 5 comes to Game Pass. So anybody out there that's never played it, you can finally play it. Great game. Broken Age, Bug Snacks, Chinatown Detective Agency, Life is Strange True Colors, Kraken Academy, all the Ninja Gaiden games, The Last Kids on Earth, and Dungeon of Nihilbeck all get touch controls for cloud. It always sounds good, but like, who the hell wants to play Ninja Gaiden on touch controls?
I was just getting ready to say Ninja Gaiden with touch controls?
That sounds very
awful.
good. Like Broken Age, Life is Strange, sure.
Yeah, that's easy.
Ninja? Ooh.
No.
Yeah, no.
Leaving on the 30th, FIFA 20, Jurassic World Evolution, Last Stop, and Moto Grand Prix 2020. Got some quick hitters. Apparently, Activision scrapped plans for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 remake. According to Tony Hawk himself, which he let go on the stream, he said the reason the plans were scrapped is everybody went to go work on Call of Duty.
Yeah, and he said that it was in production all the way up till like the announcement of the merger. He's like 3 and 4 was going to happen, and then they were just like, yeah, we're going to have people working in different places, so it's not going to happen. But he was talking about too how 1 and 2, this like remake or remaster,
maybe one day,
like, it's like sold really well. And yeah, he mentioned that too. He was like, it's basically just in a limbo right now.
Nobody knows what will happen once Xbox takes the reins. They may put a re-emphasis on something like that.
Because it sold well.
He said they shopped it around. Yeah, they shopped it around to some more studios, but just didn't trust any other studio to actually do it right. So that's why it's just kind of shelved for right now.
It's fun. I didn't play that game nearly as much as I thought I would. And I played it maybe 20 hours or so. But I was so excited when it finally came back around. And once I got that taste of nostalgia, and then once I got that taste, I was like, okay. And I just kind of moved on. It's not something that I still actively play. I was really off-put by their desire to monetize like next-gen updates. Like, hey, if you want the HD pack, you got to... I was like, F this. F that noise. And I just kind of turned it off.
So that really turned me off too. And once that came through, I was like, I stopped playing. But then I recently like re-downloaded on the PS5, and
it's pretty good on Switch.
Great. It looks
honestly
great.
For a Switch port. It's pretty good on Switch. I still every now and again I'll spin it up and take the board out on Switch.
Yeah, and
there was an update that you had to pay for HD.
Yeah, they gave it like a next gen update and they monetized it. Yeah, it was like
$10. Maybe?
Like $10.
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was 10. Yeah, they sold. I think they sold retail copies at $10 more. And I want to say if you had already bought the games, I wonder if it was more than 10. But I'm not sure on that. But I just didn't like the premise at all. You know, I just didn't like the idea of it. I was like, this sucks. Like, come on, guys. You guys Activision, you make all the damn money in the world. Like, give us the update. We already bought the damn game.
That's just a patch. It's not like they were really going to do much more.
We already bought the game. And it was like you launched it right before next gen happened. So it was like the least you could have done is told us a next gen version was coming. Maybe then people would have waited. But then, of course, they didn't want to tell you that.
On the PS5, it looks great.
Oh, like, it does. It does.
So
and it's worth
like
it.
How much? It's just, do I want it to be shinier? Like, it already runs really fast. So it's like, that's fine. Whatever.
And it was probably worth it. Anyway, like, I'm not even blaming them for it. It was just a premise on principle. I was like, F this. You know, how much money does Call of Duty Warzone make a day? Yeah, go fuck yourselves, Activision. It was like, F that noise. You're handing out $200 million bonuses and you want $10 so I can play Shiny or Tony Hawk? Get the hell out of here. That's nonsense. There was a Nintendo Direct held today for Xenoblade. It was not the Direct that people were wanting. Or at least not the Direct that some people were wanting. Not the Direct I was wanting. Anybody have thoughts on Xenoblade?
Not in the least bit.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah, poor Del. Poor Garrett.
Poor
Garrett. I thought it looked good. I'll say that. I mean, it looked like a better version of, which is what you'd expect. It didn't look great by any means, but it looked better. There are rumors floating around that there's another Direct. Jeff's been talking about there'll be more Directs. People are thinking maybe Splatoon. VGC said today that it might be a partner direct, meaning like third party stuff. So not the direct. And I find it very not surprising because I've been asking about this for a while. Ever since E3 got canceled, I've been asking people if Nintendo would do their show. Because the first time E3 got canceled when COVID started, Nintendo did not have their show. They didn't have their showcase. They didn't have their typical E3 direct. They waited. They sat on it until like August. And I was wondering if that might be the case this year as well, because they announced so many things. We already know so much about their lineup, So I don't know. Maybe we'll get another direct soon. Maybe it'll be a couple months. I'll be here whenever they do it. Sounds like, I don't want to rumor too much, but all the rumor folks that I follow, they keep dropping Metroid Prime Remake. So I'm starting to think maybe that's the extra game. We're going to get all the games that you know about plus Metroid Prime Remake.
Has that not been the case forever?
No, it hasn't. The rumor that's been going around for a long time is that they would remaster the trilogy. And that happened years ago, and everybody kept thinking about it. And then maybe about a year ago, Jeff started it, and then other people started jumping onto it. Like I think Emily Rogers did too, like people with some track record, where Jeff was like, you're hoping for the trilogy remastered? And he's like, it's probably going to be just the first game remastered. And everybody was like, what? You're going to charge us $60 for Metroid Prime remastered? He's like, yeah.
Of course they are.
And he's like, and then
isn't that what Nintendo does?
And he's like, and then they'll probably do 2, and then they'll probably do 3. And then all these people are like, when's 4 coming out? He's like, probably after they remake all the other ones. So stay tuned. Who knows? Maybe it'll be Donkey Kong. But I'm bracing for that just being it. Which I'll buy Retro Prime remake. So I'm excited. Mm-hmm. Sega shows off Hyenas, their new multiplayer shooter with team-based heists. It's not a battle royale. Anything?
I couldn't tell what the hell that game was.
I think that's most people. Like, what is this? Yeah, because they were saying it's team-based, but not like squad-based. So I guess the idea is that you can team up with teams, and then like groups of teams can heist stuff. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, hit that button. Perfect. Speaking of crickets,
for that. It's called Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, it was like, or is this like The Division meets Payday? Like what?
Sort of. Speaking of crickets, apparently Square Enix talked about a JRPG trilogy that they're doing, like a bunch of remakes. I put an eye roll like over the past week. They started talking about all these remakes that they're going to do from, some JRPG series. People are very excited.
What? Shut up.
I don't know.
We're getting all kinds of wonderful Final Fantasy VII things.
Right? I don't know what that is. So
God, I hate you.
Sega Hyenas, baby.
So
what's a Final Fantasy?
No.
Thank you, Chaufie. Capcom finally announced Dragon's Dogma 2 is in development. Calvin,
Crickets.
Excited? Cricket more? Damn, this news segment is killing people.
Hey, it's saving you minutes, Donnie. It's saving you minutes.
Do you want me to just play the Chris Hansen bumper again?
You were worried about time.
Xbox's documentary Power On has won an Emmy for outstanding camera editing.
That's cool.
Really? It is cool. Yeah, I love that documentary. It was really good.
It's a good one. It's a good one. Really good.
ID at Xbox listed over 30 demos you can play this week. I looked at the list. None of them looked great. And last one that I have is Fidelity FX Super Resolution hits 2.0. It's out today. It's open source. They have plugins for Unreal 4 and 5 already, and Xbox support coming very shortly. So we'll start to see more FSR stuff in games. And apparently the 2.0 is a big improvement.
It's the good one.
Yeah, that's the good one. Because FSR hasn't been that great so far.
It doesn't hold a candle to NVIDIA, whatever the hell it's called.
That wasn't too bad. Yeah, I sped us up a lot considering when we started this.
Because the news was
it's kind of meh. Buy or sell is our rumor segment.
Let's go.
Sony to reveal 3 new headsets and 2 monitors next week. This may or may not include the long rumored Pro controller that they're apparently working on.
Where the hell did you see this monitor stuff?
This is a part of the release. I can send you the article. Yeah, it's supposed to include monitors and headsets.
I haven't heard the headsets, but I've heard the monitors.
Yep. Apparently, it's like going to be like this new initiative, like they're, like what do they call like best on Sony? What do they call the TVs?
Bravia?
No. They brand. They have a certain branding for their TVs, like plays PlayStation 5 the best or whatever they call it. There's some cool
I didn't
term.
know that.
And it's like, I don't know. I'm not sure if they're like trying to do like some pro gaming thing or something, but yeah, apparently they're going to announce like some specific headsets, monitors. And the source that I was looking at, they know of the pro controller. They just don't know if it's going to be included there. I think it's Tom Henderson. He said that. And he's like, I'm not sure if the pro controller is going to show up here or not.
Because he had hands on the pro controller, right?
Yeah. How much is the controller they have now? Is $80?
Yeah, $79.99. Yeah.
It's 69.
Is it
$69.99?
I think the colors may be $74.99.
Okay.
Yeah, the colors
So
are
I think
74.
the black and white are 69, and then the colors are 74.
Isn't this pro
$74.99.
controller
Yeah,
like rumored at like somewhere between $135, $150?
What would you want from a pro controller DualSense, Dev?
I want the Xbox Elite controller.
You want heavier metal sticks?
I want heavier. I want the metal sticks that I can interchange, and I want paddles, and I want trigger stops. I want
paddles,
literally,
of course. Yeah, paddles.
Yeah,
For
what
sure.
the Xbox Elite controller does, Elite 2, that's what I'd want in a DualSense Pro.
Okay, cool. We already talked about the directs. So the last buy or sell, apparently, EA is set to reveal Skate 4 next month. EA was missing from last week's festivities, and apparently that might be the reason why that they're holding on to this in Skate 4. I can say that I know that people have went hands-on with Skate 4. People have been demoing it a little bit. It's early, it's alpha, but game testers and folks have gone hands-on with Skate 4. So buy or sell, I mean, obviously, I think I can buy that, sure.
To just show it?
I can buy
Yeah, they'll just show it. They'll bring it back and show it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe give it a date for next year or something.
And I think.
Do you think that it's going to be just a skate thing?
That's what the rumor was. That's a good twist on the rumor. I would say, yeah, I think this is going to be a Skate 4 presentation.
Yeah, because I was going to say that the earlier skateboarding game that came out, I can't think of the name of it right now, that kind of flopped for like the Xbox.
Oh, yeah. What was that called? I never played it. I remember they showed it, and I never played it. Grind? It had some weird thing like that.
Yeah, that one, the control was really weird, and then now Sessions is supposed to be coming out really soon.
But that's what it was, Sessions.
Sessions is the one that's going to come out, and then Skater XL. That's the other one.
Skater XL, okay.
And both of those are more like...
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, like Sessions is like up for pre-order right now and coming out soon, but both of them are more on the skate sim sort of style. And it's not tracking. Both like Skater XL like tanked, and then immediately went down to like fucking $10. And then Sessions is like it's just, you know what it is that the controls. What Skate did really well is that the controls make sense. The sticks are your feet, whereas these games, like, they're clunky.
I know Haley is like over the moon excited for Skate, right? I was never into Skate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Me either.
And for me, as a person who skates, which also shout out to yesterday, Go Skate Day. I hope people hit up their local parks and shit. Skate made sense. Skate is how you skate. Like, that's what your feet do. So in playing that game, I was just like, oh, this is rad. This is like skating in my house.
Right.
Yeah.
I think I stopped paying attention to skating games when Tony Hawk came out. And now the only one I'm even thinking about is Skate Story from Devolver. So if it's not Skate Story, I don't really
my
care.
God, let's talk about the Sam Ing game. That game is so fucking beautiful.
I want to skate out of hell, not use my sticks as feet.
I've been keeping an eye on that game for forever. Like, because I think Sam Ing first showed footage of a Skate Story like 4 years ago or something.
I was explaining to Dev that I had seen it before. I had recalled seeing it. Like, the art style is very memorable. But this was the first
how Donnie has his timeline of like Lollipop Chainsaw over and over and over. That's me to Sam Ing. Please, just give me a beta code. Let me play. I want to play this game. This game's beautiful. Give me a timeline.
Justice for Chaufie.
Man, I want this game so bad. Now waiting for 2023, I'm like, that's too far. What the fuck are you doing to me? Like, come on.
Sean says, kind of like when Dev skated Chris Hansen.
Devin, what am I to do with
That should just be a drop. Just Devin. What am I to do with
man.
Dat Ninja
That's
Dev.
gotta be your voicemail inbox.
God, when he hit me with that Dat Ninja Dev, I died. I just
Dat
just
Ninja
died.
Dev.
Dat Ninja Dev. Oh, just the best. I should tip him more money.
man.
It was just priceless. Just mwah.
No, it for me it was the see how this looks because it was
You
right
see how
up
this
there
looks?
with Bill Duke. You see, you know you fucked up, right?
See, I happen to be a big fan of the TCAP community. I watch all their stuff, and the forums are wild. You guys talk about a wild internet community like Reddit. TCAP Reddit is something else. And I can't wait to unleash the dev video to them. I'm like, guys, you've seen the new version of To Catch a Predator?
This is gonna go.
They
bad.
make up.
This is gonna
They
go
make
bad.
up. They make up nicknames.
This is
for these
gonna go
people.
real bad.
Oh man, they
What?
follow them throughout the rest of their lives. They have like TCAP now, like what's happening now with these people, like years later after they get out of jail and stuff. I mean, it's deep.
Dev's about to move to Panama, man. What are you doing?
Deep. Like a whole new
Dev's gonna be the
TCAP
only guy
episode.
trying to get
TCAP
into
California.
Cuba.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to
That
Dev
ninja Dev.
instantly becoming Dominican right now.
Yeah.
Hey, mira, papi.
So Dev, what you haven't told us is what did the decoy chat with you online that got you, like that hooked you? Like what was it? What was the line that like brought you to the house?
Devin, what am I to do with you? First of all, this very suspicious screen name, Dat Ninja Dev.
God.
That ninja
Oh,
Dev.
this is so it gets so hilarious and so fucked up, man. This is like
So
the
good.
most- this is Mega Donnie.
You have no idea.
Donnie's gonna go in his fucking hot tub right now, cocktail, and just be like, "Yep,
Yep.
well done,
You know
Got
what?
him.
well
You know when
done."
Thano rested? That's how I
Yes.
feel.
Yes.
When Thanos rested.
Finally.
Yes.
It's over.
Oh, Dev, man. All that work to be a good guy, and your boy just shits on you like this, man.
I mean, it's
Where's
Yeah,
the love?
that's what
Where's
if
happened.
you're
the
not
love?
seeing Chris Hansen, it's a front. Chris
Hey,
Hansen got
listen,
him.
I got an extra seat in the Cadillac, baby. You want to come ride? Come ride.
I'm gonna
Make
have
sure,
to.
You ride with
Shit.
just
me.
make sure you
Uh-uh.
stay 300 feet away from certain
Schools.
public
Schools.
institutions.
Playgrounds.
Jesus Christ.
Your own kids.
There's no playgrounds on Mars, right?
And with that, Dev, that's the news.
That ninja
Uh,
Fuck, man, I'm sweating.
Not like Devin.
So our first question comes from Seasoned Gaming.
Because from Chris Hansen. What did Chris Hansen ask? Donnie, what did he ask?
Oh, Jesus Christ. He says, after seeing all the shows and all the reactions on social media, is there a game that you feel gets hyped too much? And is there a game that gets too little attention?
Starfield. They hype Starfield way too much.
Really?
I think so.
I
Yeah.
don't know if they do.
Did they hype Starfield too much, or did the fans hype Starfield?
I mean,
Well, but both.
I've seen a lot of both, though. That's the reason I would say maybe
Yeah.
like, maybe not too much because I've seen the day that they showed it, I was seeing like widespread mega hype for Starfield, and then since then I've seen more people maybe I don't want to say just come back to my opinion, just maybe be a little bit more critical of it. So I don't know.
Even before that, I remember like we hear about Starfield for years now. Like, oh, Starfield's coming. It's going to be the end all be all. It's going to be this amazing game. And
It's
all
so
this
funny
stuff.
that you say Starfield because the game that makes me want to answer this question is absolutely No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky's hype train was off the tracks. It was off
that
the
was-
rails. Like
that
it
was
went
one thing.
too far. So many people were so mad. They were big mad when they got
And
that.
that one
game.
wasn't deserving of it. That one
Yeah.
was like,
Or
if you know the studio that made No Man's Sky, you should be like, all right, let's ease this back a little bit.
what about Abandoned? That shit show. I'm surprised
Ooh,
anybody gave that,
that-
any amount of breath at all. I was like, why do people care?
Yeah.
Like this, nobody is.
Only because they thought
Kojima.
it was some Kojima shit. Yeah,
I
that's
know.
the only
Uh-huh.
reason why.
Yeah.
That's how. Remember, we were talking about how important it was that Kojima was on stage. That's how important it was. He was completely unassociated with a video game that trended for like a year because they thought he
Yeah.
was.
Mhm.
And
all
they gave
these,
us that
what-
wacky
What a
ass
bunch of
animation
marks.
fix.
But yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, I think everybody probably thinks some popular game is overrated, but popularity doesn't mean overrated. I could see a lot of people being like
Nah,
Assassin's
not-
Creed, Call of Duty, things like that's not overrated. If anything,
Anything
those
you
games are
love
like
is overrated
kind of
for
rated.
someone else.
Like those games are rated well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Well, if
can't
you want to
think
talk
of
about one
anything
that
that's
was
just-
overrated that people were really hyped for, maybe Fallout 76.
Yeah, that's a good one. Or
Okay.
I don't even know if that was
Yeah.
overrated. It's just disappointing, right?
Yeah, I don't think anybody was like super like high, like oh my god.
I don't think
can't
anybody
wait.
was
I
like
didn't
Fallout
get any of
76 would
that.
be the best game ever.
People were
I
people
think-
were
I think people
super
were
hyped
interested.
on the
Yeah, I was gonna
76.
say Fallout 76.
Really?
If you think back, like the fucking
Yes.
like media, like social outlets,
hyped
they
for
were
that.
fucking.
Todd
hyped
Howard
on this
said it was
game.
going to be broken. Like they announced, they were like, "Look, we're releasing it, and you got to help us fix it." Like he said that on stage.
Well, every Fallout game is broken.
Yeah, it's
Just
like,
they didn't know it was gonna be that broken.
Yeah.
I think for the purpose of the word overrated, I think a lot of people probably feel like Breath of the Wild is overrated because so many people say it's the greatest game of all time, and like that's high praise to give
Yeah.
to somebody. I don't think that it's overrated, but in that respect, what I said at the time, and what I still believe, and I'm very happy to see so many people come over to my side. I thought at the time that Mario Odyssey was overrated, and I said it, and people were mad. And I still believe to this day that Mario Odyssey is overrated, and that the reviews and the hype for that game were too far. It's not a 10 out of 10. It's not even the best Mario on the system. Like that's the thing. It's it's good. I beat it. Fine, good, great Mario game. Best Mario game of all time? Definitely not. Best Mario game on the Switch? I would disagree. So I think in the term overrated, I think that fits very well.
Mm.
Nothing? Crickets from the
It's Mario.
Yeah,
I
I've
don't
already
care.
answered.
Mario.
I've already
I
answered
got
twice. I don't
And
think
it
I should
kinda-
answer again.
Yeah, and it kind of leads into that other like conversation though of like not everything has to be a fucking 10.
Sure.
You know, like
Yeah.
some games are good being a 6, 5 being average. You know, you're just a little bit better than average. Like that's
No
fine.
more heroes, baby.
Yep,
Best damn 6 you can play.
fun as hell. Fun as hell.
4K 60 on next gen. I can't wait to play it again.
Yeah. But I
Um,
would go back with like I don't know who said it, Donnie or Delvin, with No Man's Sky though. That one like it couldn't keep up with like
Yeah, that one
that was
one
like
was
a
sent
fucking
out to
5-man
die.
studio making
And
this
it was so
big-ass
happy
game.
Yeah, it
that
was-
they turned it around.
Yeah.
What a great redemption
Yeah.
story. But
Oh,
it was
yeah,
really
absolutely.
rough.
Didn't there like there a studio flood in the process too? Like they had like all kinds of disasters. And
A whole
shit?
bunch of
Yeah,
stuff
they
happened.
did have a flood.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot that happened. But
So the fact
that
that
is
they were
definitely a game that got way
Yeah.
too hyped.
one that they were able to launch, and then that it's kind of had longevity. I mean, it's like
It has
you
a
can play
long
it on
tail.
multiple
People are still
systems.
playing
It's got
it.
a
It
VR
just had an
component.
update.
Yeah, it's got an update. Like
Yeah.
people
It's coming to
are
VR,
playing-
it's coming to Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like
Yeah.
a studio that small could not keep up with that level of hype. That
And people
shit
just
was
went
gonna-
too far with it. They went
Mm-hmm.
Starfield with it. They were like, "Oh my god, it's going to be infinitely the star game I've always wanted." Which is why I thought it was funny that he said Starfield, because I was like, "Well, in the same vein, this game also
Yeah.
suffered from this."
I think it's going to be the players that are going to overhype it and then be pissed when it needs a few more
Yeah.
patches.
Well, I think the
we-
funny thing is, I think the No Man's Sky comparisons are going to continue, and I think you're going to hear about it in the review cycle. And the funny thing is that they're going to be comparing Starfield at launch to No Man's Sky 6 years later.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what we left
Doesn't
out
work
And-
that way.
and-
that none of us mentioned was fucking Cyberpunk.
oh, that's a good one.
Mm,
I don't think Cyberpunk is overrated.
I don't think so either. I think
But
it
when
was
it
just
came to
broken.
launch,
But
though-
the
Was it
game
overhyped?
itself,
Overhyped, yes.
Overhyped, yes.
Yeah,
Let me go look at the score.
I
Because unless it's
still
like
don't
a
know.
crazy high, an 86 sounds about right.
But those,
And that's
but
the funny thing. Like
it got
it was a
revision.
great game on PC. It was even at launch, it was really good on PC.
Because
it was
it
terrible
PC
on console.
And Stadia weren't those the two
PC
like
Stadia was
Yeah.
pretty good, yeah.
PC
Yeah.
and Stadia, it was really good.
That was
It
Stadia's like
terrible on
last
console.
gasp breath of Stadia fans were like, "See, we got Cyberpunk," and then Stadia was like, "And we're shutting down."
Yes, we no longer exist.
But it's like
What about a game that gets too little attention?
That's a good one. Because I mean, everybody can pick an indie game, but I focus too much on the semantics of the word. because like an indie game by its very nature is probably not going to get a ton of attention. So I almost want like a somewhat popular game that I think people overlook. Like I actually, not that I like it or think I would like it, but I would actually say something like Returnal. Like maybe that game, it might be
That's a good one.
underrated.
That's
because
a very, very, very good answer.
Returnal. I'll probably say Guardians. I think a lot of
Guardians of the
people
Galaxy?
slept on it because of a lot of people slept on it because of Avengers. People didn't like Avengers. They're like, we don't need to check out this one. Then people kind of like started, it's actually pretty good.
Oh shit. I got one that is very highly rated and respected, but I'll say Forza, man. Forza's been killing it, and a lot of people just write that shit off because it's a car game. I hear it all the time, like all the podcasts, every time they show it, they're like, even this past one, they were like, Xbox showed Forza Motorsport. It's going to be Forza. Yeah. And it's like, oh my God, Forza Motorsport is so much better than that. Like it looks so damn good. If you're not into car
culture, it's just never going to hit. That's just,
definitely. I think that
like
one's a really
games.
good one. Yeah,
like
it's just like sports games. Yeah.
Yeah,
but even then,
just has Forza, a bigger audience, period.
Forza Horizon 5, Horizon 3, Motorsport. And I'm not even into motorsport, so don't even take it to me as like I like it. I'm just saying visually they showed so well. They reviewed so well. Like they raised the bar. That's the difference with sports games. Very rarely does a sports game like set the standard, like a new standard. A lot of people like Madden. Madden is very samey and has been for a long time. But every now and again, you get that leap. Like that 2K16 was like a leap. Like this NBA is real good. Like the WWE game this past year, I think is probably underrated.
The show a couple years ago was that.
Yeah.
The show that.
Yeah. That's a good one.
People kind of sleep on the show a lot because there's always been that quality game. But yeah, that's one of the ones.
But even like on the Forza side, man, it's just they make really excellent video games.
They do.
They really do.
They really do.
They're just really good video games.
I think the only one I can think of is from like...
Yeah, you just don't get the respect they deserve.
The only one I can think of is from last gen, and I played a ton out of it because it just kept getting slammed negatively, was like Mafia 3. I love the hell out of that.
That was a great game.
And
I don't know if it was a great game, but it was pretty good. But I think I probably agree with you. I think it's probably underrated.
Yeah.
Ooh, which makes me think, you just jogged my memory. Sorry to interrupt you, but
no, go ahead.
That's what I do. Overrated. Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Really overrated.
100%.
I like that. But
you like everything, Delvin.
Yeah. That is a goddamn lie. There's plenty of things I just said a game I didn't like.
Did you?
No.
Tell us how you really feel.
Let me go. If we can just rewind the tape to last week's episode. Hey, so we're talking about this game. I liked it. We're talking about this game. I liked it. Hey, this game's trash. I like it. Delvin, you
maybe I did like
game,
you,
man. I think you take 5 months the wrong way. Chaufie. It's not about liking all the games.
I have gotten flack for some of the games I don't like. One major one that was mentioned this show.
On a show with me and Dev, we need a little bit of that around. He fits a necessary role.
Yeah.
True.
Yes.
You do need a good
positivity.
Dude, I had on Shaq this past week, somebody wrote to Shaq, they were like, I had to turn the podcast off. I couldn't take it anymore.
Mission accomplished.
You can't
got
the full Donnie experience over on Shaq.
I don't want to say what I was going to say. Good on you. That's all I'll say.
Dude, seriously. Most overrated game ever, Final Fantasy. All of them.
Get the fuck out of here.
If I had some fucking mute controls.
Definitely 7. 100% 7.
Yeah.
I can't
I
can't believe that they're taking Final Fantasy 7 and they're remaking it into 18 different damn game. Like, what are they doing chapter by chapter? What the hell's happening? Do you see this shit? It's Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, the remastered revision. What is happening?
Donnie, you and I being pillars of the video game community, did you ask for this?
Oh my pillars?
Did you ask for this? Because I didn't.
You're too old to be a pillar. You're like a fossil or some shit like that.
You know what? That's fine. Hey, I'm here. You know what? I've been around longer. I've seen things, so which means I have a wealth of knowledge and experience, which you, apparently you young folk who over here with your mobile wrap and your baggy pants think everything's great. You want the Final Fantasy, but 7 times. Do you understand what final is? It means it's done. Now you want to do it 7 times? It doesn't, grammatically, it doesn't make sense. I didn't ask for this. I know Donnie didn't ask for this.
Overplayed.
Yeah.
Nonsense.
Yeah.
This is terrible.
Recycled.
It's unfortunate. But at least when you
okay, now that the old people are done talking
out of it and make the earth better,
the grandpas.
whereas in this case, it's not recycled because it's just
Yes,
actually
grandpa.
more of a landfill deposit that's not decomposing. So
I'm just
you sound like Grandpa Simpson right now.
You sound like Grandpa Simpson.
Get my hat
Exactly.
going.
You're just telling a story that's
I'm
not
very
going
happy
anywhere.
with how this question has gone. I'm just very happy with everything that's been stated. Just very proud.
All right. So next question. That retro code wants to know: do you think PlayStation games leave you with fulfillment and memories, or do you think they leave you with an impression that it worked and it was good, and then you never think about it until it's like make a list discussion topics come up?
What?
Basically, he's saying, do
deep
PlayStation
question.
games leave you with a lasting impression, or is it just like, oh, that
Of course
was
they
fun,
do.
and then you don't think about it? I agree. I think they
100% they do.
Yeah.
You ever
they do.
played Journey? I
Right.
still fucking think of that person that climbed that mountain with me. Wherever you are out there. Just
yeah, man.
Find Donnie. Don't
Find
find
Donnie.
me.
don't find
tell
Dev.
me shit.
Don't
Don't find Dev.
You won't
Never
find me. I
find
never
Dev.
played Journey.
Probably some 12-year-old, like
Yeah,
just,
if you're under 18, do not find Dev. Mm-mm.
Yes.
Don't get your mom to write a
That would be
letter.
bad.
No bus tickets. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No. For any
Yeah,
car dealers,
that's
do not
really
sell
bad.
Dev a white van.
This is the
Just-
best episode ever.
No. Do not sell him a sign that says free candy.
This
No
is the
free
Louise
candy?
Belcher. This is my Louise Belcher mom. It's just like the master plan. It's like Hartman.
Yes.
Probably
It's just
candy
all
Dev.
come together.
It absolutely is some
Scott
Louise
Tinnerman
Hartman
shit.
level shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just so it's
Fucking
a lot
evil
of things,
genius
man.
over here.
Oh, it's 12-year-old. I'm fucking dead. Well, that 12-year-old's probably dead too.
Whoa, chill. We just had Chris Hansen on here, man.
Too far. Too far. It's
Wow.
way too far.
Holy shit.
Too far,
We're
Delvin.
here having
Just
fun
saying.
games.
Delvin saw the line.
You're
Wow.
supposed to be the good guy, Delvin.
Delvin saw the line in the sand and Rick James that shit. Just
You know
went
what?
right through it.
Delvin,
Damn.
don't forget
Oh.
he's from Florida. Do not forget that.
Yes.
Because he is in Florida right now.
Whew.
This fool
Just
said
saying.
swamps.
Wow.
There's a line and you murdered it, sir.
Damn.
Yeah. Pretty
Habitual.
much.
Habitual line
Line
stepper.
stepper, man. Wow. I thought it was Mike Fowler, which,
God.
by the way, fuck that guy. But then it's like, no,
Wow.
it's Delvin.
What even
Yikes.
is this podcast?
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Great stuff.
Fucking broken, man.
How do you recover from this?
No.
Oh man,
What was the question?
I don't know.
I don't
Something
know.
about PlayStation or something. I don't know.
No, to bring it all back, yeah, when I'm in the moment with a PlayStation game, for sure, I like the stories last.
I built a shrine to The Last of Us.
That's what I'm about to say. Think about the
I've
Last
invested
of Us.
thousands of dollars into autographs from people I don't even know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy the damn no, Uncharted. Like I watched the movie. It's coming to Netflix,
Mhm.
by the way. Talking about game news.
Oh, is it?
Everybody can watch it for free. Yeah, come Netflix next month. Not
That's
every
when you
game,
watch
of
it.
course, but I think honestly, I think that's what PlayStation is known for. Is their lasting
Yeah.
narratives. Like that's what people.
Mhm.
That's why people go PlayStation. That's why they're so popular.
Mhm.
If anything, I think you could argue that they need more game. Like they could do with more gamey games, like arcadey type of games.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, think
Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima, great. Like,
Oh,
that was
the game is
good.
So good.
Yeah.
Not Horizon Forbidden West at all
Definitely
Wow.
Horizon Forbidden West.
when it comes to story.
Dude, Infamous.
I would miss
Love an Infamous movie.
Yeah, that would be
Like
sick.
Deadpool Infamous with like comic cutscenes and shit. Kind of like Kick Ass or something. That would be great.
You know what
That'd
I'd
be
like?
cool.
That'd be sweet.
It
Is,
would be
this was
good.
a conversation you guys had a while back that always cracks me up on.
Like
what
if you
should
could
be a
Scott
movie, what
Pilgrim
should be a TV
Infamous,
show.
like the movie, dude. that'd be
Infamous would be a
killer.
better series, I think.
Oh, don't start that shit. Don't fucking start that shit.
That character development, yeah.
Thanks,
Character
I think I'm about to be
development,
booted. This was great.
We got to develop code. We can't just throw them in 2 hours. We need more.
Do we?
Nah.
Yes.
Such a richly deep character.
Yeah, because you could just keep doing shit
Oh
with
my
him.
god!
I mean, you gotta
Because
find
then
out
all of
his
a sudden he meets
motivation.
what's her name? Fucking Fetch or what's her name?
Yes.
Yeah,
Season
name is
2, she
Fetch.
comes in.
Whatever.
but
have a
that's not.
baby?
That's,
What's her
that's
name?
Delson. That's Delson.
Mean right here?
We don't need Delson. We need
Same
just a
thing.
Fetch
Yeah,
baby.
exactly. And then all of a sudden Cheryl Crow and Taco Bell meet up. They have a baby. I mean, like, come on.
Bitch, that's
There you
not
go.
even.
That's not even your slogan.
Yeah.
You guys seen the one with the sides? That's the goat. That's his best version.
Yeah.
With the mashed potatoes. Oh, it's the
Yes.
best. That's the best.
Yes.
Love that guy so much.
I
man.
did see that
I
one.
have no idea.
I
what's
have been
happening
wasting
right
too
now.
much time on
We'll send you
TikTok
links.
lately.
Oh yeah. I had we had elections this week, so I had to go to work, and I was down there yesterday at 3 a.m. and the younger girl that works on our team, she was coming to me and like, hey, I want to show you TikTok, like I was some old man. And it took me about 20 minutes before she realized she stepped into like the wrong fucking environment. I was like, you have no idea who you've just encountered. It's like Elden Ring when you walked into the wrong boss's lair. She was swooning. She was like, I've got to get my shit in order. I was like, see, I've got filters and favorites and things. And like, I was like, you merely adopted the dark.
Yeah.
You have no idea. I lose way too much time to TikTok. My Chromecast is basically just TikTok because there's no TikTok app on TV.
Mhm.
So we use the Chromecast to TikTok from my computer so we can see it widescreen on the TV.
Yeah, my family can't see my TikTok though. I can't be sharing that on the TV.
My wife says it's just cats and horse. That's what she calls me. She's like, your TikTok just cats and horse.
I mean, I guess the
Get
opposite
TikTok.
of mine. Mine is like funny. dog
Those
shit.
women are working hard for a living is what I always tell her.
Support.
Yes.
Quit being
Support.
so
The more views I
judgmental.
give them,
Yeah.
the more support they get.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong.
My Instagram is just Chaufie and horse. So,
Wow.
You've seen your Instagram.
yes.
Good Lord.
Everybody apparently has. Look at my likes.
Your
Goddamn
Instagram's gonna
snitching
get
Instagram.
your Instagram's gonna get you meeting Chris Hansen or something.
Whoa.
Those women are of legal age, so I am straight.
You think?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
It's just digital. Do anything.
All right. Let's get 2 more questions out of here. Kyle wants to know how many of you have tried Fall Guys on the Switch. I've played a few matches docked, and the character animations look like they were in 15 frames per second.
What'd you
Should
expect?
Kyle,
I
you
try
got to play?
handheld, or am I better off playing the game on another console?
It's
like
free to play.
PlayStation or PC.
Delete it. Just delete
Play
it
it
and go.
anywhere
off.
else.
You're better off taking the game and throwing it in the trash.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Don't deal with it no more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't even
because
think
right
about
now
it.
all it's doing is it's just taking storage. Like I can't play it. It says sorry, some other bullshit. So now I'm good. You know what? Shout out to Sean Capri. This fool is on fire today. I
Let
love
me
this
let,
nice
you,
Sean
let me let
Capri.
you all in on a little secret. Sean knew the whole time. Sean and John,
I
they
figured
were
he
in on
did.
it. Yeah, they knew.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds.
Thank you guys for being in my axis of evil.
I hate you all. All of you.
Yeah, this is going to be the episode that's going to get us canceled.
I'm glad.
Not y'all. It's gonna get me canceled.
That's true.
oh, me too.
Kyle the
I don't know
Pug
what
says
to
I just
watch.
deleted off my hard drive, which coincidentally it's also what Dev needs to do.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yes.
Just a full wipe. dude.
Immediately.
Just a full wipe. Mm.
Yeah. Take the hard drive.
Dev's
Dump it
about
in
to
the
go to
water
the bedroom
and
right now and
destroy
be
it.
like, listen, sweetheart.
Access the
you
browser
ever-
history,
you ever-
bro.
Yeah, he's gonna be telling his wife right now. You ever log into my computer? Just ever? Because I can't have you doing that.
Don't
no
do
more.
that.
No.
You don't need to log in. There's no login on my computer. It's free. It's all
Don't do
available.
that.
Just
Mhm.
come on in.
But to
Maybe
get
you need one,
separate
but
checking
then you
accounts
would've got
right
caught.
now, take him off the lease,
Oh,
just everything.
Lord have
My
mercy.
Someone's
Final
not
Fantasy
willing to
takes
get
are
a
what's going to
divorce
get us
this week.
canceled. Apparently, that's what made people turn off Shaq. Final Fantasy and Banjo was too much for them. That's too much they could handle.
Oh, Banjo, overrated.
Completely overrated. Completely.
Shaq's a little more delicate than us. We're
So overrated.
gruff over here.
Gruff.
I like to think our listeners are conditioned. Like poor
I
Elaine.
would hope so.
Shaq needs Elaine more than ever.
Yeah.
They were just begging, like, can we get her back? Get this guy off our show.
Yeah. You come to PSVG for the shenanigans. You know it's
Yeah.
going to be off
You know
the
what
rails
you were
and
getting
a
yourself
ton
into.
of
You knew what it
nonsense.
was when you
Yeah.
logged on.
Yeah.
Like, I
Mhm.
mean,
Yeah. 100%.
PSVG, it really is a choice. Like,
Funny, that's the same thing Dev said to that girl.
whoa. Fuck.
Best episode ever. God, it was worth it so much.
My God.
I don't know if I've ever made a better investment.
Yes.
Ever.
Yes. You know what? That 30,000 in credit debt is worth it for this.
Yeah.
1000%.
Yeah, it's gonna live on for so long. Make this bitch a shirt.
We got it forever.
Devin, what am I to do with you? First of all, this very suspicious screen name, Dat Ninja Dev.
Got the hacker alias and everything. I mean, it is there.
And it doesn't get old. It doesn't get old. If
no.
you played it on repeat,
I've watched
the
it a
whole
1,000
episode,
times.
Nobody
It
would
is
get mad.
every bit as good today as it was a week ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love it.
I'm
Love
going to
it.
have to change my name. That's basically what it boils down to.
Yeah.
I just can't.
Need to figure out how to
I need a
hack
new screen name.
Dev's. Need to figure out how to hack Dev's Prius, so when he turns on his car, it just goes Devin.
Devin.
That
What
would
am
be
I going to
the
do with
wife's
you?
Prius. I don't drive a
He
Prius.
drives a Scion.
Yeah.
I think he has a van somewhere, apparently. I mean, if I had to guess.
White.
Contrary to popular belief.
Damn,
The Prius
you're
is
out of-
white.
Free
You're out
candy.
of Bakersfield too. That's sketchy as
Yeah.
well.
John says,
It
how
is
will I
sketchy.
ever top this
Very
bumper? I mean,
sketch.
I've got an extra bumper
don't-
for next week, too. I don't know if it can top it, but it's real good.
Nah, this is
Oh,
it.
This is
it.
this is S tier. This is purple category. I mean, this is
Yeah. Whatever you have saved for
legendary.
next week, you're gonna have to put that to next month. Just you don't want the comparison.
It's real good. though.
I will send something in for next week just so it can be slaughtered.
Yeah, we don't have a Chaufie bumper. That's sad. I mean, honestly,
Yeah,
I think
that's-
everybody
that's-
that listens to the show now has the material to make a bumper. Everybody just has the joke to make. Just dunk. Just send me dunk bumpers, one after the other. Just it's open season, baby. Like I've paved the way.
Damn. This is the new challenge. Donnie, if you wouldn't mind, what I need you to do is can you upload the sound to TikTok? We
Yes,
need people
please
to make
no.
TikToks
The
of
audio.
this.
Please no.
Yes. I can do it.
Oh my
Do it.
God.
So we could all just be like, Devin.
Yeah, I was explaining to Sean. We can answer more questions in a bit, but I was explaining to Sean that I love this idea that we've done. I don't think it's a novel idea. I think other people have probably done bumpers and stuff like this, but this bumper and Sean's bumper just made me realize that we've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We have 20 bumpers that folks have submitted to us or that we've created. And I love it. It's such a fun part of the show. It's like, I feel like it's taken the show, it's taken on like a new, like its own meta. Like, what's the bumper going to be? Like, you know, and we don't get them every week. It'd be great if we had so many that we could just do one every week. That'd be amazing. But yeah, that's unrealistic. But I just love that we have it. It always makes me, it always makes me so happy when fans like want to partake in the show, right? When they do like the Elaine bumper and like TPR's bumper, the Ducks bumper, the Kyle do the Spider-Man thing. Like, oh, it's killer, man. It just gives the show so much life. It's so good.
Yep,
it does.
And yeah. So send them in, be a part of the show. I love it.
All right.
Shower after
Last question, and we're getting out of here.
Says you.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta go. Clearly.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
we
you
gotta
got
you gotta
you
make
got
some
bags
phone
to
calls.
pack. What do you mean? Yeah,
I
you
need to
gotta
go
go.
dig me an El Chapo tunnel somewhere.
You need to be like Sean Capri. It's still frozen out by you, right? Can Dad go live out
Yeah, Sean, I'm coming to
That's up
visit
the
you.
frozen
I
wild.
need to run to Canada.
You gotta
know
leave
what
the
I'm
country.
there?
saying? Yeah.
Dev's
So,
about to be
writer,
Ms. Marvel,
streamer.
become Pakistani.
I mean, you know, who needs the quickie mark? I do.
There you go.
So, writer streamer wants to know who did a better job voice acting in Legacy, me or Delvin? But the real question that people are actually want to know exactly. The real question is, what Q3 or Q4 game release are y'all most hyped for?
Forspoken.
No, I'm coming straight for you, Sean.
Sean, you should be scared.
Hide your wives, hide
I'm
your
coming.
kids.
I'm coming to you, Sean.
Sean's got kids. He's like, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah. Coming, Sean.
You don't know. Do not say I'm coming. That's not.
Yeah.
No.
That's the last thing we want from you.
Hey,
The
chill.
last thing we want from you.
Pause.
Pause.
No.
No. The last thing we want to hear from you is anything about coming. Nasty man, you.
Whoa.
Oh man.
This is why we don't never have me a job. You on a podcast again.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Oh man. What
So,
games? No, I just no. I'm not
Q3,
hyped up on any games because I
Q4.
assume they're all delayed.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Most hyped? Probably Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Like most hyped. No. Last of Us Remake. What the fuck am I talking about? I'm taking a day off for Last of Us Remake.
Oh yeah, that is this year. Yeah,
Yeah, 100%.
Last of Us Remake is a good answer.
Okay, so I was tripping on that because I didn't realize it was a remake. I thought it was just a remaster. So I was like, when I found out it was a remake, then I flipped and I was like, oh, okay. I might need to pick it up.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be so good, so damn good. I can't wait.
$70 to the side.
Every day, they got 100 for me. If they had done a statue, they could have got more. If they did a controller, they could have got more. I'm surprised there's not a controller to go with it, or faceplates.
It probably will be once.
I would love Last of Us
They
Remake
gotta do
faceplates.
ones.
I would die for Last of Us Remake faceplates. 100%. That sounds amazing.
Also, for
Just
anybody
commission
wanting to
them.
hear a great Last of Us adventure, go back to that PSVG episode where I had to go get an autograph for Donnie. That was a wild story.
1000%.
That was a bonding moment, Donnie.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
forever.
Much like this one.
Yeah.
No, this
But
was
in a
more.
completely different way.
This is infamy.
This isn't
You know,
as
That
touching.
one's famous.
Only 3 of us can go to expos, so we got to remember that.
Yeah, true.
in the
That is
future.
true.
Yeah.
Man, hey, if you guys have never seen someone to get their life ruined in an hour, you just did. You just did.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
Well, that'll do it for episode whatever the hell this is, 42
Welp.
of Fly Some Video
Welp.
Games. This
Call
may
this
be the
episode
last
Dev Have a
episode you see me
Welp.
on.
Until
If
he's
you don't
released
hear
from
from
prison.
me, it's been Devin.
You want to give out your last name too, just so people can locate you?
No.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. The police coming. They'll
Yeah,
locate him.
he's on the map.
Yeah.
Like when you
I'm sure
look it
they're
up in the
outside right
tool,
now.
like
The little red
he's on the
flag.
map. Yeah, they got the little red
I
dot
mean,
on the
yeah.
map.
I work with the police. You know, I'm right next door. They
I'm-
know
oh,
I'm
so
at.
you're snitch.
You're going to work with
You're
him real
snitching.
close soon.
So they can keep an eye
I
on you.
Oh,
mean,
Yeah.
I work for the city. What does that
As
say?
soon as he walk out his house tomorrow morning, he's going to get tackled.
Rolled up. There's just gonna be an odd silence in Donnie's head when fucking Dev yells out, "Fucking Donnie!" And there's Donnie across
He's
the
gonna
country.
feel it. He's just gonna have
Like a
that Spider-Man
disturbance.
tingle. Like, up, you got him.
Something happened.
Something happened.
I sense a change in the force.
Oh fuck! Yeah.
No car talk, huh? That's it. We're just gonna go.
No,
Yeah,
I
we're
need to know-
done. We're done.
Can I get
here.
a 2-minute
nothing
update on your
left.
car, real quick? What's happening? What's going on?
Yes, Dev. If you gotta go, man, you gotta go.
I don't have to go.
Devin, what am I to do with you? First
Are you sure?
Jesus Christ. Jesus. Lord have mercy.
Oh fuck!
So the car, the hot rod from hell, is tormenting me over and over again. It's okay. It's not as bad. You see, here's the thing: I get real down on it based on like what my expectations were, but knowing how far people go to restore things, like it's not nearly as bad as like somebody's terror story out there. Like we're not rebuilding the thing from the ground up. It's just costing me a lot of money, Chauf. When I'm done with it, I think I'll put everything into it that it's probably worth. You know.
Yeah.
At the moment, the thing that's killing me at the moment is I found a guy to paint it for a very good price. I hope the price stays. I'm not expecting it to. I expect it to climb once he gets a hold of the car, but the price he quoted me was very affordable. So I'm like, that was great. And I got my loan secured, so I'm good there. Like I've got the money. It's going to cost me forever to pay it off, but I've got the money because I've got $30,000 in credit card debt.
Right.
But the thing that sucked is that they were taking off the bumpers and the tail panel like crumbled to pieces because it was all Bondo. So they were like, look, we can put the new bumpers on. He's like, but this is just going to keep falling apart over time. He's like, to be honest with you, you really need to weld a new metal, which is what we're already doing around the windows, right? The window tracks were all rusted and rotten.
Mm-hmm.
So we already cut into it there on both windows. And the fab guy quit. Like mid-project, they lost their fab guy. So they're trying to hire a new metal guy, which delays even further. But the thing that I realized is that they don't make replacement tail panels for Venturas. They don't really make shit for Venturas. Like that's just a dead car. It's just gone.
Yeah.
So what I have grabbed is a 67 Firebird tail panel, which is almost identical. Very similar lights, same gas tank placement. The only difference maybe being that the bowl that's the gas tank is a little deeper on the Ventura. So they're actually going to try to keep that though. What they were telling me when I took it over there the other day is they're like, we're going to chop this in half. And he's like, and actually what we're going to do is we're going to try to cut around your gas tank and we're going to try to keep that. And we're just going to put the headlight part on and we'll weld it together. He's like, when it's done, you won't be able to tell the difference.
Yeah. Cause yours is, it's an A body, right?
It's X body.
Okay. Oh, then never mind.
Just like the Nova.
Uh-huh.
And you can use the Nova, but if you use the Nova tail panel, then you've got to change the gas. You've got to move the gas tank and the trunk and all the stuff's got to move because the gas tank is right in the back behind the license plate.
Yeah, that's how mine is too. Yeah.
But the cool thing about it is that they are very similar. So honestly, unless you're like the world's most diehard Ventura person, I don't think you'll be able to tell the difference. But the reason that I really like the Ventura and the reason I decided to buy it is I like the front end a lot because it reminds me a lot of a Firebird.
Mm-hmm. So
using the back end of the Firebird just kind of makes me think it looks more like a Firebird. So I'm here for it. But it's just going to take forever, man. We can't find parts for the air conditioning, so I doubt I put air conditioning in this year because they're on back order until like October, and I'm not going to put it in October, November. What's the point in that? Probably wait till next summer. Let me pay off the loans a little bit. But the new Fab Guy supposedly starts tomorrow. They have the tail panel. They have the window tracks. They got to put that together before they can change the headers, the carburetor, the air filter. We're going to do tune up, new plugs, new wires, take out some stuff, finish my interior, and then I can send it to be painted. The paint guy told me it might take 2 months because he does it on the side. So, I mean, at this point, let's say it's July, August, September. That's when I get the car back. That's when the glass goes back in. That's when they do the finishing touches. I mean, I'm probably won't see the car again or drive it until October.
Yeah. And that stuff is real disheartening. I mean, think of it this way. I stopped driving.
It's not, I'm very excited for it still, but it's like disconnecting. It feels weird that now it feels weird that I'm paying all this money and stuff for a car that hasn't been in my driveway. Like it doesn't feel like it's mine because I haven't seen it in months.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say okay, so when I parked my car in my parents' garage, it was like 1998. And then I didn't drive it again until this year. So we're talking 22, 24 years. But whenever I'd go back, it was just like you said, I understand the disconnect. It was like over time, I was like, damn, I'm not driving this car. I forgot what it's like.
It still feels like at this point, it feels like I don't even have the car. Like I don't even have another car. I just, because I haven't seen it, drove it, it's not there yet. Yeah.
But once you do have it back, it'll be all kind of erased. And at that too, it's like,
and it'll be new. It'll look so much better. I'm painting it metallic blue.
I was going to say, and it's getting it to where you want it to be. Like, I still have my interior to do. My driver, like mine's the front bench. It's not 2 buckets, but the driver's side is
well. What's so funny is I took the buckets out and I found an original 74 seat and we're putting the bench back in.
Nice.
Which the guys were like, why are you doing that? I was like, dude, I love the bench.
The bench,
y'all can hate.
Is awesome.
I was like, y'all can hate all you want. I love the bench seat. To me, that's old cars. Old cars should have bench seats. That's what they originally came with.
But so for me, it's just like, can I get it out of the garage? Can I drive it? Does it leak oil all over the place? Sure, whatever. But it's like, I'm not trying to put it in shows. I'm just trying to Like my wife asked me recently, she was like, we went out and she was like, you really like, you're happy when you drive this car.
Of course.
And I was like, yeah. And she's like, no, because
It pains
visibly
me,
you're
dude. I
not
go
like
to
a
the
very
shop.
happy person, you know,
I
like
go to the shop, it's in pieces.
yeah.
Just sitting there, it's just torn apart. And it's just like you pours. And the only thing that is a bummer that I will admit to is that when I bought it, I thought I bought such a deal. Like I was like, man, I just scored such a good deal. And it's like now it's like it definitely wasn't a deal. I wish I knew enough about cars to realize the things that I had to do to it then. I probably would have waited and tried to buy something else.
Yeah.
But that doesn't take away the excitement of what it will be when I'm done with it. Like I'm still excited. I'm still in. I'm still very excited to have it and all that. I thought I had a really good deal because like if you go to a lot of the car sites, especially the classic car sites, like if you wanted to go try to buy a 73 Ventura, there might be 5 across the country you can buy. Maybe.
Yeah.
Like they don't exist. I'm still very excited to have it. It's not a very valuable car, but it's still a very rare car. And I think that's cool.
I
like old
people
stuff
are gonna
that's hard to
ask
find.
about.
Yeah. And they do.
What is it? You know?
The last time I drove it, all kinds of people asked. It's still a head turner. Like people really they dig the car. So when it's done with the new bumpers and the new shine and the new paint and all the stuff, it'll be better than ever. But
those Georgia roads are built for that, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like just when I was out there driving with like our rental, I was like, I would love to have my Chevelle out here because they're just nice, slow curve stretches, like trees and shit. I was like, this
especially
is
up in the mountains,
made for classics.
And it'd be nice because by the time I get it, because if I had it now, I wouldn't drive it because it's 108 degrees outside. Like it's just miserable. But when I get it back in October, I'll drive that car for 8 months and then we can revisit putting air conditioning in it next summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the update.
Yeah, man. What are you guys? Dev, Delvin, Car Talk. What do you guys got? How's a Scion, man?
Nothing. Barely running.
Barely live. Come on, man. You gotta take care of it. Get out there, get some wax on it.
And gets me home.
You don't got speaker box in anything like that? You ain't bumping?
Oh,
hell no.
Let's talk.
I ain't got money for that.
And then I know Delvin's got 3 cars that don't belong to him that he can't get rid of.
Exactly. Pretty much.
In the front lawn.
They all drive. It's a Ford F-150. It's a Chevy Trailblazer. And it's what is that thing called? A Jeep Liberty.
Oh, is your F-150 a white one? The white privilege edition?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wow.
It is a red
We didn't
color.
get canceled yet. We definitely are now.
Oh, you know that's a thing. That's like an emblem you can get put on your truck.
That'll be the one.
That's the one.
That'll be the one to get us canceled. Not the killing.
Oh, not
year-olds.
Delvin saying that Dev murdered a kid. Not that one. That's
Oh
not
my
it.
god, I
No,
forgot
that
all
won't
about that.
do it.
I blocked it on my memory. You just brought it back. Wow.
I didn't.
One thing that makes me happy. One thing that I can pitch to all of you, if you guys have never heard about it, the cheap version would be like there's a new Rain-X out. It's a ceramic glass repellent, which is really nice for like a spray on. But if you want the real deal, if you guys like taking care of your car, there's a product called G Technique, G Tech NIQ. It's called G1. You can look it up on Amazon, eBay. It is a ceramic glass repellent that you put on your window, and one kit costs about $25, and it'll really just cover probably your front windshield. So if you want to do every window, you probably get 2 kits, and you do your back and your sides. But it's this crazy thing where you get this treatment, and you get like a little applicator like towel, and you do it like a cross stitch pattern. So you do like product 1 like up and down, and you do product 2 like side to side. And dude, it is like super wax for your glass. It is insane. And it lasts for like a year. It lasts forever. I did it to the Chaly. Take it to the car wash. My windshield is like dry before I get out of the car wash. It's like the drive-thru.
That's wild.
It is wild. Like it just careens off of it. If anybody out there ever uses like Rain-X like on your stuff, like this is like the super version of that. Like, it's incredible. It's amazing. It's worth every bit of $25.
Yeah, because right now the tree out in front of my house is like jizzing all over my car.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I need something like that.
Yeah. I mean, there's an obvious Dev joke to make here, but I'm not.
I did. Right. Same. I was like,
yeah, we're not doing that.
I held off. Oh fuck! It was a great episode. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it was the best. It was so good. So damn good. Dev, I love you, man.
Love you too, bro. Glad I can bring you so much joy.
Oh, the most. It's like Christmas. Today was like Christmas. I didn't get shit for Father's Day, and this made up for it.
Yeah.
How was your guys' Father's Day, by the way?
Well,
I didn't get shit for Father's Day.
I had my Father's Day like 2 weeks ago because my wife was in Cancun for Father's Day.
Damn.
Good for her.
Wow.
Not so good for you.
Yeah.
Did she hear about the
had
Chris
a-
Hansen news? Like, what happened?
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, hey, I ain't here for this." She had an alibi and all. She's like,
She's
"I
like,
was
this
out
motherfucker."
of the country."
Yeah.
Nah, she went on like a little girls trip that she had planned like last year and had been paying it off or whatnot, and just happened to fall on Father's Day. Neither one of us had any idea when it was Father's Day when it was paid for. So we had Father's Day the weekend prior. So that was cool. I was just here with the kids chilling. I played. Yeah, it was cool. Look, for me, leave me alone. Let me play video games. That's all I really want for
I was
Father's Day.
teasing the shit on my wife because for Father's Day, it was very nice. She got me a steak, which she gets me most days. But for Mother's Day this year, I sent her to the spa. And she was like, I got you a steak because you always want steak. I was like, yeah, but everybody else also got steak. It wasn't just like me.
Yeah.
I couldn't like lord it over everybody. Like the whole family got steak. So how Father's Day was like, it was Jack got Father's Day, Victoria got Father's Day, you got Father's Day. Like everybody got Father's Day. They get shit.
Yeah.
I got dinner. You know?
Yeah,
That you had
we
to
haven't quite figured out Mother's Day because both our mothers have passed away recently. So it's just a really shitty day for us.
Yeah.
So-
I tease my wife all the time. She's like, what are you getting for Mother's Day? I was like, you ain't my mom. What the fuck you talking about? You need to talk to them kids. She's like, you need to celebrate all the mothers in your life. I was like, oh, hell no. That's not how this shit works.
Yeah.
Nope. My mom's gone. You're on your own. I asked my kids to record news bumpers for the show. That's what I wanted. Didn't even get them.
0.
Wow.
Tell me, dads, we get the chef, man.
Oh no, for
I
sure.
didn't even get a handmade card. Nothing.
Just to,
I think
Oh,
my
I got
daughter-
a handmade card.
My daughter texted me. She said, Happy Father's Day.
Oh,
My-
yeah, I
text.
got handmade cards. I
in
got
between
cologne.
Warzone
Got some socks.
periods, my son walked outside, said, "Oh yeah, Happy Father's Day," and then walked back in his room. I was like, "You fucking
Wow.
rat bastard, man! I'm
I
over
got
here trying
this
to
shirt.
launch I'm trying to launch this kid's rap
Dev's
career,
living it up.
and that's all I got."
Yeah,
What are you
got
doing?
this shirt. Got some cologne. It was great.
Cologne.
I will say this, and you can end the
Uh-oh.
podcast on this. My divorce got finalized. Happy Father's
I was
Day.
about to say Father's Day hit
Damn,
today.
That's what I was gonna say. I
Sign
was
the
gonna say
papers. That's
my
very good.
divorce.
Right
Very good. Very, very, very good.
now, the gift that continues is the child support.
Just up.
Now you can end the podcast.
Alimony.
Oh shit! We'll talk about that on So Tell Me Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got nothing else. This has been a hell of a show.
This really was a spicy
Yeah.
episode. Like
Something special.
it was out of pocket
I hope
on
you
so many
guys
levels. Just for so many reasons.
Enjoyed it as much as I did.
Maybe
Probably
the last
more.
one.
Maybe the last show I'm on.
The whole
May
crew
not
gonna
be.
get replaced.
I
It's gonna be
don't know.
Garrett.
We're all getting canceled.
It's just,
Me
it's
first.
just Garrett and Haley next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
PSVG with Garrett and Haley and maybe Elaine. She'll maybe come back.
Yeah.
She knew not to come on this show.
Yeah.
She
She
will see
knew.
this show
Yeah.
and quit.
Is this how you
Yeah.
get Kevin back?
Yeah.
Or is he
I'm
just
coming back
now
there.
further away? He's like, oh no. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Oh, is this
Uh,
next week
yeah,
featuring Kyle the Pug? Is this what
Yeah. This whole episode is the Homer meme when he backing into the bush and disappearing.
Mhm.
That's it.
continuously, like on a loop?
Yeah. Just can't escape it.
Oh man, I loved it. Like honestly though,
Yeah.
like thank you guys for letting me be on. This is like so much fun. One, just like getting to record with you is always like a fucking blast. Two, I'm always curious like how far off the rails the episode will go. And it goes further than what I expect. So it's just great. But all in all, man, a lot of love for you guys. Just regularly, you guys do an awesome show, but just in general, you're like really cool people. So thank you for having me on, and also just thank you for being friends. You're really good dudes.
Absolutely. We
Thanks.
feel the
That's
same
okay.
way about you, sir.
No, for real. All love, man. You guys are awesome.
For sure. And with that, play some video games.
Devin, what am I to do with you? First of all, this very suspicious screen name, Dat Ninja Dev. What do you mean by Dat Ninja Dev?